competition, and it's a race that just finished. We can tell you that in lane one, that was open. Lane two, Hayes from Buda. Lane three, Brandeis. Lane four was taken up by
Second call for the 800-meter run.
Well, what a beautiful day for track. We're joining you just after the start of the 1 o'clock running finals, the 4x100, as is traditionally the case, leading off the running finals for each meet. The JV girls just going. It was a race that in lane one was open. Buda Hayes taking lane two. Brandeis out of San Antonio in lane three. Champion out of Bernie in lane four. Reagan in lane 5, Smithson Valley, the host school here on the Rangers Network in lane 6. New Braunfels occupying lane 7. Lane 8 was open, and we'll get you the results here as soon as they become available. But the JV boys up next. This, the Ranger relays, so JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, and varsity boys all taking part as for track and field. Last check, temperature high 70s, low 80s. It might be even a little bit warmer than that. Could not ask for better track weather. Not hot, not too cool, perfect. It is track season as we're just underway here at the beginning of March. Getting the initial call down from the field. The runners taking their spots in this competition. It is Smithson Valley taking lane 1, Canyon in lane 2, Brandeis lane 3, Champion lane 4. Reagan's in lane 5, New Braunfels High in lane 6, Hayes in lane 7, and they're off, ready for that first exchange point. As these runners make their handoffs, we'll also check the curve inspector, see if there are any red flags and thus any faults. All appear to be clear as we get to exchange point number 2. Fantastic start out of the gate here for Smithson Valley. It looks like the Rangers are off and running out of lane 7. In lane 6, it's New Braunfels also off to a good start. Clear the third exchange point, a white flag, so we're good to go. Appearing to be no faults in the 4x100 JV event now done. Looks like New Braunfels in lane 6, really benefiting from a good start from that first exchange point on and then holding on to the lead. Wait for the official results, but looks like the Unicorns able to win first place there in the JV boys competition here in the 4x100, meaning now it's the girls who are going to come back on. Now the varsity going to get going in this initial running final. In this heat here, lane 1 open, lane 2 taken up by Smithson Valley. Bernie Champions in lane 3. Reagan is in lane 4. Brandeis lane 5. New Braunfels in lane 6. And Canyon out of New Braunfels here in lane 7. The 4x100, the first of today's event. 800-meter run is after this. And, again, that's after JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, and varsity boys go here in the 400-meter relay. But the 800-meter run is next, followed by the 100-meter hurdles. It's the 110-meter hurdles after that. Now, if you're wondering if kind of maybe a novice to track, although I have a feeling most of you are not novices to track, the 100-meter hurdles is where the girls take part, and then the 110-meter hurdles is essentially the same event, but the 110 is where the boys take part in the competition. Then it's the 100-meter dash for all 4 classifications. The 800-meter relay follows after that. Then a throwers 400 as we're set to go here for the girls 4x100-meter relay varsity. As we mentioned, Smithson Valley in lane 2. Champion lane 3. Reagan lane 4. Brandeis lane 5. New Braunfels lane 6. Canyon in lane 7. First exchange point. And on the outside lane there, Buda Hayes challenging, although it looks like Canyon off to a very, very good start as we near exchange point 3. It looks to be no problem there on the first exchange point. So to this point, a clean race. Clean race through exchange point 2. No faults there. Circling around to the last exchange point. And now it's the Rangers who've taken a lead. Good start. And it's Smithson Valley, barring catastrophe, who's going to win the 4x100 meter relay varsity on the girls' side. The Rangers making up that distance there on the turn, taking advantage of good handoffs coming on and then coming in
800-meter
in
dash.
first
Third
place.
and final call, 800-meter dash.
Meaning the boys varsity 4x100 concludes our 4x1s here to start the running finals of the Ranger relays. 7 of the 8 lanes occupied in this race. Smithson Valley's in lane 1, Canyon here in lane 2, New Braunfels in lane 3, Reagan in lane 4, Champion lane 5, Brandeis lane 6, Buda Hayes taking lane 7, lane 8 is open. Earlier today, the 3,200-meter run, the first actual meet of the day in terms of running, that happened early this morning. From the girls' side, Savannah Moya from New Braunfels recording a personal best, 11 minutes 19.83 her final time, again winning first place in the girls' 2-mile varsity run. On the boys' side of things, Ethan Stutz out of New Braunfels, he takes first place, a time of 10 minutes 05.98, so just under 10 minutes and 6 seconds running his 2 miles with Ethan Stutz out of New Braunfels. The highest Smithson Valley finisher in the boys' 3,200-meter run was Braden Youngdahl, finished third. His time, 10 minutes, 15 seconds and 16 tenths. So 10, 15, 16 for Braden, coming in third in the 2-mile run for Smithson Valley, the Rangers' highest finisher in that category. Looks on the field like we're set to get set. Clerk of the course getting us ready as the runners getting set to get on their mark here in the last of the 4x100 meter competitions. JV girls starting us off, JV boys then going. Varsity girls competing just moments ago, and now we're set for the varsity boys in the 4x100, our first final running event here of the Ranger relays. It looks like we're making sure that the blocks are set. We're good to go with blocks. I see down in lane 7, we have a setter who's helping make sure that block does not move. And they're off. 4x100 boys varsity. Smithson Valley in lane 1. First exchange point. Gaining ground there in the middle. It's Reagan. Fantastic second leg of this relay. We look to be clear at the first exchange point. We're definitely clear at the second exchange point. At this point, this looks to be Reagan's to lose. There's the exchange point on the final turn. And the Rattlers running away with it. New Braunfels in second. But this one all Reagan in the boys 4x100 meter relay. The varsity boys going last before we move on to the 800 meter run, starting with girls JV next.
The first call for the 100-meter hurdles. JV girls and varsity girls. 100-meter hurdles, first call.
May hear a public address announcer here over the broadcast. Hear him throughout, giving his first, second, and final calls for each event. Normally that happens with the event that precedes that competition going on beforehand. And so with the 800-meter runs, all 4 JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, varsity boys set to go next. After that, it's the 100-meter hurdles that will take center stage. Through the first event of the Ranger relays, the 4x100s, girls 800-meter run JV, we are going to have 4 different heats. Sometimes, if there's not a lot of qualifiers or competitors in each individual class. So sometimes combined, that not the case here. So 800-meter runs featuring just the JV here to start. Taking part in this competition, 21 competitors in terms of the pre-meet schedule. Out of Canyon, it's Bridget McDonald. Out of Reagan, Alexa Kroon. From Brandeis, Delilah Huntley. From Reagan, Katherine Jackson. Also from Reagan, Paige Opaska. From Canyon, Aiden Unsworth. From Brandeis, Caroline Walker. Out of New Braunfels, Ariana Santayan. Out of Hayes, Alexis Sanchez. From Champion, Kylie Johnson. From Canyon, Tanaya Dawson. From Hayes, Scarlett Santana. From Champion, Ava Smith. From Smithson Valley, Allison Scott. Also from Smithson Valley, Julian Parker. From Brandeis, Lauren Stevenson. From New Braunfels, Mia Puerto. From Champion, Avery Knight. Smithson Valley's Carissa Colazo. New Braunfels, Noelle Dreyer. And from Buda Hayes, Abigail Gandelas, as we're off with the 800-meter run. This competition that sees us take 2 trips around. To make up our 800 meters. Our public address announcer today is Glenn Hill. Many of you know him as the Smithson Valley's offensive coordinator. Coach Hill, longtime veteran coach. Not only here in Spring Branch and the Smithson Valley community, but across greater San Antonio as well. As the competitors here in JV 800-meter run prepare to make that first turn. Told you about results from the 2-mile run from the JV boys and the varsity boys, I should say, the varsity girls. JV boys winning that 2-mile run out of New Braunfels was Noah Velasquez. Noah ran his 2 miles in 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and 2/10. In the girls' 3,200-meter run, New Braunfels High School getting the winner there. Abigail Knuckles winning the JV 2-mile, personal best of 12 minutes, 34, and 94/10. So 12:34.94 personal record for Abigail Nichols. And speaking of JV girls, results for the 4x100-meter relay that we just saw, that we just actually joined in progress, are now in. In 6th place in that competition was Champion. 5th, New Braunfels High. 4th, Buda Hayes. 3rd, Brandeis. 2nd, Smithson Valley. And 1st place in the girls' 4x1-meter relay JV, Reagan, a time of 50 seconds and 11/10. And so with that scoring, Reagan getting 20 team points. Smithson Valley at 2nd place, they're getting 16. Brandeis, 12. Hayes, 8 points. New Braunfels High, 4 points. Champion, 2 points. Those are the top 6 finishers there in the JV girls 4x100-meter relay that we just saw. 800-meter run now over. Track those results as soon as they come in. Can tell you that more results are coming in. These, the JV boys 4x100-meter relay results. The points finishers, Smithson Valley 6th, Brandeis 5th, New Braunfels 4th, Canyon 3rd, Champion 2nd, and 1st place JV boys with a time of 42.96, Reagan. So the Reagan JV boys getting 20 points. Varsity girls 4x100-meter relay also in the books. Just saw them moments ago. 5th place, Champion. 4th, Canyon. 3rd, Brandeis. 2nd, New Braunfels High. 1st place for the 4x100-meter relay varsity for Smithson Valley. It's Smithson Valley, I should say, a time of 47.56. And so the Ranger team of Macy Moody, Aviana Miller, Karis Leyendecker, and Jasmine Singh, they take 1st place for the girls varsity 4 by 100 meter relay. As we see on your screen, the boys 800 meter run for JV set to go. And as they're set to go, let's take you down through the results, which are coming in shortly for the boys 4 by 100 meter relay varsity. Those results still being tabulated as we get set here for the boys 800 meter run. Boys JV, that is. 22 competitors in this competition. Let's take you through that list of the 22 boys who are taking part in this JV competition. Again, 2 laps around the track. From Reagan, Aiton Barnes. From Brandeis, Alejandro Yamamoto. From Brandeis, Kian Pinelli Jimenez. From Champion, it's Mason Nelson. From Smithson Valley, Sam Hall. Another Ranger competitor is Landon Chapa. From Canyon, Marcus Vaughns. From Smithson Valley, Jacob Gonzalez. From New Braunfels, Elijah Jorge. Also from New Braunfels, Saul Rubio. From Canyon, Oliver Guardiola. As they're off, you hear the gun. Also taking part, we continue the list of competitors here. From Buda Hayes, Brandon Sears. From Champion, Hector Canales. From Canyon, Brigham Palmer. From Hayes, Dylan Bettis. From Champion, Riley Cooksey. From Reagan, Braden Williams. From Hayes, John Mawson. From Brandeis, Devin Malix. From New Braunfels, Rent Robinson. From Reagan, Juan Pablo Mata Saldivad. And from Smithson Valley, Tyler Bess. Those 22 competitors, the scheduled participants here in the boys 800 meter run. Our 6th race of the day, the second of the second event here at the Ranger Relays, the 800 meter run. There's turn 1. Every participant making that initial turn. 1 more lap to go here in the 800. Now, you may have gathered from reading off the list of results and competitors, the participants in these Ranger Relays. But they are Smithson Valley, obviously, New Braunfels Canyon, New Braunfels High, Champion out of Bernie, Reagan, Brandeis, Buda Hayes, and we have one competitor from Piper taking part in today's competition. Down the stretch, and a relatively easy win here to cap the boys 800 meter run JV. Juan Pablo Mata Saldivad and Braden Williams, the 2 competitors in this competition from Reagan, as is Aiden Barnes. As we are now through the 800 meter run of the boys on JV. More results to pass along now. Finals in from the the boys 400 4 by 100 meter relay varsity. Get a little ahead of myself. Those results still being calculated as we're now set for the girls varsity 800 meter run. 16 competitors set to go here. Take you through the participants and those 16 names as they're set to take their 2 laps around the track. From Smithson Valley, Mia Bettis, also a member of the basketball team. From Brandeis, Ada Matthias. From Reagan, Brooke Benny. From Brandeis, Violet Ostrowski. There's the gun and they're off. From Brandeis, Danelli Carillon. From Champion taking part, we've got a fault, it looks like, so they're going to have to come back and restart it. So let's continue the list of competitors here, leaving off with from Brandeis, Danelli Carillon. From Champion, Emma Rice in this. From Canyon, Molly Allen. From Smithson Valley, Isabella Sutherland. From Reagan, Rice Byers. From Smithson Valley, Lily Koenig. From Canyon, Allison Schuch. From Champion, Michelle Serna. From New Braunfels, Yamaro Fulmer. Also from New Braunfels, Rebecca Zuniga. From Reagan, it's Race Sweatman. And from Champion, Kinley Albright. As all of them will have to take their places again following the false start. For the varsity girls 800-meter run. As we get set, I can tell you that the winner in the varsity boys triple jump competition from Champion is Hayden Brace, Hayden jumping length of 44.9. So 44.9 is what Hayden Brace cleared. He's a senior out of Champion. Your winner in the boys varsity triple jump competition is, there you hear the gun and we're off. This time a clean start. And so the aforementioned 16 competitors now making the first turn in the first lap of this 800-meter run for varsity. Continuing our look at results from throughout the meet. These the girls varsity triple jump results. Out of Smithson Valley in second place was Aviana Miller, a personal record for her, jumping 36.8. First place is taken from India Stigall from Buda Hayes. She cleared 38.3, and that's what she hit. 38.3, taking first place in the girls triple jump varsity competition. Also from Smithson Valley, coming in with earning points for the Rangers varsity on the girls' side was Erica Arzubadios. She finished fourth. She also hit a personal record, jumping 34.5. They're through turn one, this 800-meter run. Again, girls varsity. Continue to look at results. The boys triple jump JV won by Jeffrey Justice out of Brandeis. He also hit a personal record. He had 37 and 7.25. And then completing our look at JV finishers, topping the girls JV list from Brandeis, Lauren Altman. Lauren jumping a 32.1. And we'll continue to take a look at results from not only the running events, but the field events that have already been completed throughout today's broadcast and the meet right here at the Ranger Relays on the Rangers Network. Good finish here. The 800-meter run for Smithson Valley coming in with the first two finishers. And we'll await the results there. Officially, with the boys' 800-meter run set to cap the 800-meter competitions. See them taking the track now as the young ladies are taking a well-deserved rest after those 2 laps around the track. Smithson Valley's competitors in those the 800-meter for the girls included Mia Perez, Isabella Sutherland, and a fantastic showing as the Rangers finished with places 1 and 2 in that 800-meter run. girls varsity. Boys lining up. They're set to compete next. We've got 17 competitors in these boys 800-meter run varsity. In lane 1 from Brandeis is Hayden Scott. You hear the gun and they're off. Course 2 laps. Oh, there's a fault. Had a young man fall down. And so we'll restart the 800-meter run. And making sure that everything's okay here. Injury-wise, everyone's okay and can do the competition. As mentioned, the spill. And so the runners headed back and will redo the 800-meter run. Gives us another chance to take you through who's taking part in the competition. Let's start from the top here. It's Hayden Scott out of Brandeis, and then a couple of competitors here from Champion, Luis Tovad and Caleb Dehart. Out of Reagan, Luke Munoz. From Buda Hayes, Mason Fitzsimmons. From Reagan, Bryce Williams. From Brandeis, Ben Taylor. From Reagan, and a safe. There's the gun. Look to see if we're clear here around that first turn. We are, and the boys start to approach the first curve of the first lap here in this 800-meter run. From New Braunfels, Jesus Moya Ivara in this competition. Also from New Braunfels, Cade Rosselhang. From Smithson Valley, Zabin Martin. From Champion, Noah Perez. From Smithson Valley, Diego Huerta. From Smithson Valley, Gavin Kintarak. From Hayes, Joey Ramirez. From Hayes, Augustine Cantino Cox. And from New Braunfels, Jordan Alonso. Those are your 17 scheduled competitors in the boys 800-meter run varsity. As the boys get set and are coming down the stretch, the final leg of lap 1 with one more lap to go. Results from the boys 4x100-meter relay varsity are now in. We've taken you through the JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls of this event. So now results here 4x100-meter varsity. In the points, in 6 was Canyon, 5th Brandeis, 4th the Rangers, a team of Bradley Sowersby, Caden Spradling, Liam McGee, and Quentin Sampson, running a time of 42.89. 3rd is Champion, 2nd was New Braunfels, and then winning that 4x1 varsity boys, a time of 41.86. Reagan, team of star running back on the football side of things, Cole Pryor, Joseph Barua, William Koch, and Rayshawn Hurt, the 4 of them combining to go 41.86 and win the 4x100-meter relay on the varsity side of things. Got a winner here in the 800 boys meter run. Field rounds out, and we are through the 800-meter run. JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, and varsity boys. And now it is time for the 100-meter hurdles. You may see here the hurdles kind of being put on your track now. These 100-meter hurdles, the JV girls and then the varsity girls will take place. Now, for the JV, there's going to be 2 heats. And then, likewise, there's going to be 2 heats for the varsity girls. After we go through those 4 races, then we switch over to the boys' hurdles, but it's going to be the 110-meter hurdles. 2 heats for JV, and then 2 heats for the varsity boys as well. So girls 100 coming up next, 2 heats in the JV. (800-meter results coming in. Let's take you first through the girls JV competition. Coming in here in the points with 6, it's Paige Opaska out of Reagan. In 5th, out of Reagan also, it's Katherine Jackson. 4th JV girls 800-meter run was Buda Hayes, Scarlett Santana. From Canyon, Bridget McDonald. From Brandeis, Delilah Huntley. And then winning the girls 800-meter run JV from Canyon, Aiden Unsworth. Aiden running a personal best, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and 37 tenths. So 2:30:37, the winning time for Aiden Unsworth in the girls 800-meter run JV. Same competition, but for the JV boys. Again, your top 6 finishers, always the ones who get team points for the overall team marks here at the end of the meet. In 6th from Canyon, it's Marcus Vaughns. In 5th from New Braunfels, Saul Rubio. 4th from Smithson Valley, Landon Chapa. 3rd from Brandeis is Alejandro Yamamoto. 2nd from Brandeis is Kian Penela Jimenez. And 1st place in the boys 800-meter run JV out of Reagan, Aiden Barnes. Aiden ran an 800 in 2 minutes, 4 seconds, and 36 tenths. So again, 2:04:36, the winning time for in the boys JV 800-meter run. Runners set, 100-meter hurdles, JV girls. Heat 1 is underway. Haley Williams from Reagan in lane 1. From New Braunfels in lane 2, that's Kashi Partee. Lane 3 from Hayes is Leila Fuentes. Lane 4 from Reagan, Alexandra Wilson. Lane 5 from New Braunfels is Bella Markowitz-Hicks. Lane 6 from Hayes is Madeline Metcalf. And in lane 7 of a race that just ended was Bernie Champions Alea Ramirez. That Heat 1 of the girls 100-meter hurdles JV. Here comes Heat 2. Lane assignments in this race. Lane 1 is open from New Braunfels. Lane 2 is Amy Ramirez. From Champion in lane 3 is Tina Pham. Lane 4 from Brandeis is Afton Williams. Lane 5 from Reagan, Sierra Bryson. Taking up lane 6 from Smithson Valley is Haley Hawes. And then lane 7 and 8 are open. And that's what will be taking part here in Heat 2 of the girls 100-meter hurdles JV. See, the gun is up on the infield as the runners set to take their marks here on the block. There's the gun. Heat 2 underway. So far, every single hurdle cleared. This champion's Tina Pham in lane 3 out to an early lead, and she goes on to win this heat. We'll see where she stands in terms of the overall mix when you include the 2 heats, but Tina Pham from Champion in lane 3 winning that heat. Varsity girls 100-meter hurdles are now next, and you see them lining up, or we'll see them here shortly lining up, getting set on the blocks as Tina Pham and the rest of those competitors wrap up the JV portion of the girls 100-meter hurdles. Continuing with results here, these the final from the girls 800-meter run varsity. In 6th from Brandeis, Violet Ostrowski. In 5th from Smithson Valley, Lily Koenig. In 4th from Champion, Emma Rice. 3rd from Brandeis, Ada Matthias. 2nd place, Smithson Valley, Isabella Sutherland. And taking 1st place, also from Rangers basketball standout, Mia Perez, a time of 2 minutes, 17:81. So 2 minutes, 17 seconds, and 81 tenths for Mia Perez, winning the girls 800-meter run varsity. Here we go, varsity girls 100-meter run, and a fast start right out of the gate. Looks to be Reagan's Isabella Dragosa in lane 4. No question here. Isabella, fantastic start, and then didn't look back, literally. Clearing the field, and that's heat 1 of 2 in the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Taking part in that race from Reagan were Isabella Gaylord, from Brandeis, Mariah Ruiz, from Canyon, Maya Aldridge. Talked about Reagan's Isabella Dragosa. She's in lane 4. From Smithson Valley, they had competitors in lanes 5 and 6, Macy Moody and Kirsten Hampton. From Champion, they had Ella Bachman in lane 7. So here we go, set for heat 2 of the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Lane 1 is going to be taken from Emerson Francis from Brandeis. Lane 2 from Hayes is Isabel Burke. From Smithson Valley, you got Aliyah Murphy in lane 3. From New Braunfels, Emily Frijas in lane 4. From Reagan, you've got Graciela Williamson in lane 5. Lane 6 taken by Bernie Champions Kinsley Graff. Lane 7 and 8 are open. Gun is up. Runners on their mark. And we're off with heat 2. Unlike Isabella Dragosa in heat 1 out of Reagan, no one clearing the field here early. Although we do have out of New Braunfels Emily Frija out to a lead. See if she can maintain it, and she does through that final hurdle. So we'll see where Emily Frija comes in the final results, but she does take the top spot here in heat 2 of the girls' 100-meter hurdle. So now the boys will take their spot, and because of that, it's now going to become the 110-meter hurdles. The hurdles not only raised a bit, but moved, as the boys now will go through 2 heats of JV and then 2 heats of varsity. And as we get set to bring you the boys' 110-meter hurdles, let's take our first break. You're watching the Ranger Relays right here on the Rangers Sports Network. Be back momentarily.
Hey, I got another one for you. And just look at the hole in this line. You could drive a truck right through there. I mean, the refrigerator William Perry could get a first down there. But you know who's going to get their number called for this one? Yeah, that's right, Dr. Ferris. He's like a ligating linebacker. Boom, just like that. And that's why Ferris Orthodontics is going to get the MVP for this one.
GBTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business. From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GBTC has everything you need to stay connected. We're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future. Our GBTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GBTC, connecting you.
Welcome to Summerhill Dental, your Hill Country dentist. We are located just a few miles from Smithson Valley High School and ready to serve the entire family's needs. We specialize in same-day crowns, implants, sleep apnea, and whole health smiles. We love our community and we are proud to call ourselves Rangers. Come see us today.
Back here at the Rangers Relays, the campus of Smithson Valley High School, as part of the Rangers Network. Beautiful day for high school track and field. In case you're just joining us, you joined us right before the break. Again, taking part in this meet, obviously Smithson Valley, the host school. Also got Canyon, New Braunfels High, Champion, Reagan and Brandeis out of San Antonio, Buda Hayes, and you have one competitor from Piper High School as well, as we join the beginning of the JV 110-meter hurdles. And we're off. Out of Champion in lane 1, you got Demel Fariki. Also out of Champion, Jacob Schell. Lane 3 from Reagan is Jaden Horace. From Smithson Valley in lane 4, that's Ethan Hennessy. Then from Reagan, they've got lanes 5 and 6, Ben Rice and Jackson Paley. As you see, the conclusion of Heat 1, out of Champion there in that first heat was Braden O'Neill. He was in lane 7. Lane 8 was unoccupied per the scheduled competitors here in Heat 1 of the boys 110-meter hurdles JV. So the second heat of the boys JV 110 is next, and then after that we're going to have 2 heats of the varsity boys. Each of those heats for the varsity boys will have 7 competitors per the pre-meet schedule. This second heat should have 6 competitors. We'll take you through those participants here in a moment. Right now I want to pass along results from the boys 800-meter run varsity. Officially in 6th place from champion Caleb Dehart, in 5th from Reagan Bryce Williams, 4th from Reagan Luke Munoz, 3rd from champion Luis Tovad, 2nd for Brandeis Ben Teeler, and the winner in the boys varsity 800-meter run out of Brandeis, Hayden Scott, time of 1 minute 55 seconds and 64 tenths. Here we go, Heat 2 of the JV boys. New Braunfels has Caleb Miller in lane 1, Smithson Valley's Austin Hobbs in lane 2, Buda Hayes Richard Anderson in lane 3, Canyon's Alex Dauenbaugh in lane 4. That race just concluding. For New Braunfels, Ethan Ilania in lane 5. Lane 6, Canyon's Jacob Coulter. Lane 7 and 8 were open in that second heat of the boys JV 110-meter hurdles, meaning the boys varsity 110-meter hurdles are up next. Let's run down who will be taking part in this first heat. Smithson Valley's got the first 2 heats here assigned. Brody Day is in lane 1. Also for the Rangers, Charles Whelan in lane 2. Canyon's Luke Bell's in lane 3. Reagan's Derek Davison in lane 4. From Brandeis, Keaton Rodriguez in lane 5. New Braunfels has Cole Redding in lane 6. Cole, an outstanding receiver for the Unicorns football team as well. Lane 7 has Buda Hayes Ty Albright. Lane 8 is unoccupied. And as mentioned, that's going to be the first of 2 heat here to wrap up the 100 and 110-meter hurdles portion of the meet. The 100-meter hurdles preceding these 2 events.
Final call for the 100 meter.
Runners moments away from taking their blocks. Looks to be a little bit of a delay here as the runners have not quite taken their blocks yet. Looks like our starter is in the midst of a conversation. Now he turns toward the competitors, sorting some sort of an issue out. I can see the radio's out. And so let's take you through results here as we await the start of the second heat of the boys 110-meter hurdles from the varsity side of things. These results from the girls 100-meter hurdles JV, so a race we saw just before the break. In 6th out of champion, Aaliyah Ramirez. In 5th from Reagan, Haley Williams. 4th is Alexandra Wilson out of Reagan as well. 3rd was Layla Fuentes from Buda Hayes. And 2nd out of New Braunfels, Bella Markowitz Hicks. And 1st place in the girls 100-meter hurdles JV was Madeline Metcalf out of Hayes, a personal record for her, 17 seconds and 18 tenths. So 17.18, the final official time in the girls 100-meter hurdles JV when you look at the final tallies there. And now the competitors on their marks. The gun is up and we're off. This Heat 1, varsity boys. Reminder, Smithson Valley's Brody Day and Charles Whelan in lanes 1 and 2. Looks like it's Canyon's Luke Bell. It's going to be a tight one. Down between lane 3 and lane 4, Reagan's Derek Davison right there with him. Looks like Luke Bell from Canyon getting the better of it. Not quite a photo finish, but pretty close. Not far off that either. And we'll see where Luke Bell and Derek Davison come in among the 2 heats when finals are tabulated. So now we're on to Heat 2 of the boys 110 meter hurdles for varsity. Lane assignments here from Champion, it's Robert Weglither. From Hayes, it's Chase Macier. From lane 3, it's Smith & Valley's Alexander Ingroff. Lane 4, it's Brandeis runner Eli Kimball. Lane 5 out of Cannon, it's Kason Brooks. Lane 6 out of New Braunfels, it's Jason Stallard. And lane 7 from Hayes, Eric Castillo. Lane 8 is open. Gun is up as the runners take their marks and get set on the blocks here. Again, as mentioned, out of Smith & Valley, you got Alexander Ingroff in lane 3. We're off. Out to an early lead from Hayes is Chase Macier. Cleared a couple hurdles. But hot on his track from lane 4 in Brandeis is Eli Kimball. And now we're headed for a photo finish. Well, from up here, it's going to be tough to tell who won that race, and we might literally have to go to wait for the final results in terms of who actually came out on top here. But it looks from that simple vantage point like perhaps out of Hayes, it was Chase Mercy who maybe might have had an edge there. We'll see how the final results roll in. But that was the second and final heat of the boys 110-meter hurdles, meaning the 100-meter dashes are up next. Multiple heats here from the girls' side of things. You've got 3 heats just on the JV girl side of things. From the JV boys side of things, you've got 5 heats. Once we get to the varsity division, you've got 3 heats for the varsity girls. And then for the varsity boys, another 3 heats there as well. So 3 heats each for JV girls, and varsity boys. JV boys, though, going to have 5 heats in this 100-meter dash. So we'll be running the 100 for a bit here as the hurdle handlers and hurdle setters clear them off for heat 1 of the girls JV 100-meter dash. As they get set, let's take you through results from the boys long jump varsity here at the Ranger Relays. Taking first place from Champion, a jump of 21-1, Hayden Brace. So Hayden coming away with first place in the boys long jump varsity division. Gun is up. Runners on their mark here to start the 100-meter dash JV. In lane 1 here out of Reagan is Violet Rowe. Lane 2 out of Reagan was Kennedy Sands. You see the race concluding here. Lane 3 out of Brandeis, Leah Harrison. Lane 4 out of Smith & Valley, Adeline Barefoot. Lane 5 out of Brandeis, Michaela Goss. Lane 6 out of Brandeis, Jasmine Gordon. Lane 7 from Smith & Valley there was Brooklyn Singh. Lane 8 was open in that first heat of 3 here in the girls JV 100-meter dash. With heat 2 coming up, let's take you through who's taking part in that competition. Lane 1 out of Hayes is Jade Brady. Lane 2 out of Canyon, Brianna Igua. Lane 3 is Braylee Garcia from New Braunfels. Lane 4, Kylie Vela from Smith & Valley. Lane 5, Buda Hayes, it's Layla Fuentes. Lane 6 from New Braunfels, it's Danielle Mata. Lane 7 from Canyon, it's Emily Gantu. So those are competitors in Heat 2 of the girls JV 100-meter dash. We get set for that gun to go up, and it's up now, and the runners set to take their place. We can tell you that from Buda Hayes, they had the first place finisher in the girls long jump varsity, India Stigl, a personal record 17.8 is her jump in the girls long jump. Again, first place for varsity. Here we go with Heat 2. JV. Fantastic smart start for Smithson Valley's Kaylee Vela. Nobody's catching Kaylee. Wins the heat. We'll see where she finishes in the grand scheme of things when all totals and times are tabulated. And we have the top finishers from the 3 heats of the girls' 100-meter dash here for JV. Heat 3 is next. In lane 1 from Canyon is Keen Ramirez. Lane 2 out of Champion is Audrey DeHart. Champion also has a runner in lane 3, Amelia McCoo. Lane 4, it's Hayes Angelica Castro. Lane 5 from New Braunfels, Grace 4. Lane 6 from Reagan, Sofia Hernandez. And in lane 7 from Champion, it's Abigail Leffler. Those are your 7 runners, with lane 8 being open in Heat 3 of the girls' 100-meter dash JV. Gun is up, runner set. Looked like Canyon's Kate Ramirez got off to a good start. But on her tail from Champion is Audrey DeHart. Audrey has a chance to catch her. That'll be close. Kate Ramirez of Canyon and Audrey DeHart from Champion, causing for another photo finish there at the line. And we'll see where they finish in terms of who won the heat, but most importantly, where they finish in terms of overall calculations once those are run. So now the boys' 100-meter dash is next, and as mentioned moments ago, 5 heats here. Heat 1 from Smithson Valley is Philip Smith. Lane 2 from New Braunfels is Stephen Brown. Lane 3 for Smithson Valley is Caleb Pigler. Lane 4 from Reagan is Ian Armstrong. Lane 5 is Jacob Shimp from Canyon. Lane 6 from Champion is Xavier Springston. And lane 7 from Reagan is Cameron Shannon. Gun is up. Heat 1, moments away from getting going. Boys JV. Good start there in the middle for Reagan's Ian Armstrong. And Ian's not letting up. Armstrong winning Heat 1 of the boys JV. He was in lane 4. Good off the block. And then from that moment on, it was just a matter of not letting anyone get to where he was, and a smooth end to the Heat 1 for Reagan's Ian Armstrong. Takes us to Heat 2. Lane 1 here out of Smithson Valley is Joshua Villafranco. Lane 2 from New Braunfels, Brock Bowen. Lane 3 from Bernie Champion is Novellas Hannah. Lane 4 from Canyon is Braden Thompson. Lane 5 from Smithson Valley is Christopher Brown. Lane 6 for Brandeis is Landon Baker. And in lane 7 from New Braunfels is Evan Garza. Lane 8, as is the case for every one of these 5 heats, is open. Gun is up. The runner's taking their mark. There's the gun. Good start on the outside for Smithson Valley's Joshua Villafranco in lane 1. Can he hold him off? It looks like he did. Joshua Villafranco in lane 1 from Smithson Valley, winning that heat. When final results are looked at through these 5 heats, we'll see where Joshua ends up coming in. Section, also Heat 3 here of the 100-meter boys JV. looks like this. In lane 1, it's Smithson Valley, Nick Duran. Lane 2 from Hayes, Ryder Grip. Lane 4 from Reagan, Aiden Fernandez. Lane 4 from Canyon, Kason Weathersby. Lane 5 from Smithson Valley, it's Dylan McNett. Lane 6 from Smithson Valley, Gavin Kellner. And the Rangers also have the runner in lane 7, Waylon Lewanski. This heat 3 out of 5. Our gun is up. Runners taking their blocks. Set for heat 3 of 5 in the boys JV 100. Good start there in the middle of the track, lanes 3 and 4, where our leaders are coming from. Although on lane 7, Waylon Lewanski from Smithson Valley, and then in lane 6, it's Gavin Kellner coming on strong as well. Stumble there near the end of the race. Tight finish between the 7 competitors there in heat 3. As we get set for the 4th of 5 heats here in the boys JV 100-meter dash, I can tell you that in terms of JV boys long jump, the winner in that competition out of Reagan is Ian Armstrong. Ian with a long jump of 19:11.75. It's a personal record for Ian Armstrong in winning the boys JV long jump. Leaves only the girls JV long jump among results that we've read from that long jump competition. Lauren Oakman from Brandeis, a personal record 15.5. She wins the JV girls long jump. Lauren also winning the triple jump. As mentioned before, if it sounds like we've said her name before, it's because we had the JV winner on both the girls long jump and triple jump competitions this afternoon. This morning is when they took the field. This one, odd Jaden Parker from Hayes. No one's catching him. Also in the field from Smithson Valley, Zachary Schultz. From Hayes, Anthony Anderson. And then you had Dylan Caudell and Mason Camarillo from Smithson Valley. But in that heat, Jaden Parker standing alone, easily finishing first in the heat. Again, Jaden out of Hayes High School. 5th and final heat coming up here of the boys 100 JV. Lane 1 is open in this 5th and final heat. Brandeis has the runner in lane 2, Winter Smith. Lane 3 is Thomas Anderson from Smithson Valley. Lane 4, Bradley Sines from Hayes. Lane 5, it's Brandeis' Tyrone Sharkey. Lane 6 from Champion, it's Will Burgess. Gun is up and runners about to take their mark. You got lanes 4 and 6 off to good starts. In lane 4, from Hayes, it's Bradley Sines. Champions Will Burgess right there alongside, as was from Brandeis, Tyrone Sharkey. And so that concludes our 5 heats of the boys. $100-meter dash JV. Girls varsity 100-meter is now up next. 3 heats here for the girls varsity. Let's take you through who's going to be in heat 1. Smithson Valley, it's Karis Leyendecker. From New Braunfels in lane 2, it's Abigail Allen. Lane 3 from Champion, it's Madison Minke. Lane 4 from Reagan, it's Kiana Douglas. Lane 5 from Hayes, India Stigall. Lane 6 from Smithson Valley, Aviana Miller. And lane 7 from Canyon, it's Brittany Snow. So those are 7 runners in Heat 1 of 3 of the girls' 100-meter dash varsity. Gun is up. Runners taking their mark and getting set on the blocks. Here we go. Heat 1, 100-meter dash, girls varsity. Good start there for Reagan's Kiana Douglas. Challenged, though, on the outside by India Stigall of Hayes. Hayes doesn't let up, and she wins Heat 1 of the girls' 100-meter dash varsity. At Aviana Miller from Smithson Valley and from Canyon, Brittany Snow giving it a run there toward the end. But it's Stigall who comes out on top there in Heat 1. So Heat 2 coming up. Remember, 3 heats here in the girls' 100-meter dash varsity. In lane 1 from Reagan is Ella Madrid. Lane 2 from Brandeis is Kimberly Campbell. Lane 3 from Reagan is Kaya Jameson. Lane 4 from Brandeis, Kayla Fonseca. Lane 5 from Champion, Juliana Cerrone. Lane 6 from Brandeis, Layla Smith-Harris. Lane 7 from Canyon, Semak Cheyenne. Semak also a varsity basketball player for the Cougarettes. So here we go. Gun is up for Heat 2. Girls 100-meter dash varsity. Runners taking their mark. There's the gun. Good start for Brandeis' Kayla Fonseca. Reagan's Kaya Jamison right alongside. And out on the outside, overtaking both of them. Appears to be from Brandeis, Layla Smith-Harris. So Layla coming on strong there toward the end. We'll see where she finishes in the overall tally. But for the moment, Layla Smith-Harris able to overtake Kaya Jamison and the rest of the field there in Heat 2 of 3 for the girls 100-meter dash varsity, meaning our third and final heat for girls 100 is coming up next. Lane 1, Lane 7, and Lane 8 are open in this heat. Lane 2 is occupied by Riley Ludgreen out of New Braunfels. Lane 3 is taken by Bernie Champions Heaven Littlejohn. Lane 4 out of Canyon is Ellie Huff. Lane 5 from Smithson Valley, Annabelle Duncan. And lane 6 out of New Braunfels, Meredith Montgomery. Gun is up, so we're moments away here from the start of Heat 3, girls 100-meter dash varsity. There's the gun. Smaller heat than initially expected. Canyon's Ellie Huff out to a good lead. Right behind her, Champions Heaven Littlejohn. And it looks to be Canyon's Ellie Huff who finishes at the top of that heat. Final results coming here. And we'll let you know. We'll take you through those when those are available. So now the boys 100-meter dash varsity is next. 3 heats there. Lane 1 of this first heat has Reagan's Caton Dahl. Lane 2 from Champion, it's Zachary Garcia. Lane 3 from Smithson Valley, it's Quentin Sampson, a member of the Rangers basketball team as well. Lane 4 from Reagan, it's their star running back from the football side of things, Cole Pryor. Lane 5 from Brandeis, it's Jacob Voss, also a football player. Lane 6 from Smithson Valley, Drayden Bonnet. And from lane 7, or in lane 7, I should say, from Reagan is Joseph Barua. Lane 8 open, as is so often the case here throughout the Rangers relays. And so the gun is up. Here's Heat 1 of the boys 100-meter dash varsity. Reagan's Cole Pryor in lane 4. Quentin Sampson from Smithson Valley in lane 3. There's the gun. Good start for Sampson. ahead of Pryor. Sampson looking to maintain. Pryor coming on strong, and it's Cole Pryor who's going to edge everyone, including Quinton Sampson, in the final, putting the head down there to win the first heat of the 3 for the boys 100-meter dash varsity. Lane 2 of the 100 varsity boys up next. Lane 1 here of Heat 2 is going to see Piper's Cash Lancaster. Lane 2 from Canyon, it's Hudson Ivy. Lane 3 from New Braunfels, Michael Cabo. Lane 4 from Hayes is Alejandro Estrada. Lane 5 from Canyon, Jackson Reagan. Lane 6 from Simpson Valley is Hudson Woods. So Cash Lancaster, the lone Piper athlete who is here. Outside of Cash Lancaster, Hayes, Brandeis, Reagan, Champion, New Braunfels, Canyon, and Smithson Valley are competitors here in the 2024 Ranger Relays. Rangers taking their mark. Runners taking their mark here at the Rangers Relays. Gun is up. Good start here in lane 5 for Alejandro Estrada. On the outside, pushing hard is Smithson Valley's Hudson Woods. Tight finish here, and we'll see how this heat shakes out among the final results with Heat 3 set to get going here. In this third heat, you've got Bernie Champion's Hudson Simmons in lane 1. From New Braunfels, Brixton Schulenberger in lane 2. Lane 3 is occupied by Chase Macier of Hayes. Lane 4, Gavin Starnes from New Braunfels. Lane 5, Kenneth Gonzalez from Hayes. Lane 6, Canyon's Ryder Hopper. Lane 7 and 8 are open.
800-meter relays. Please report to your starting spot. You should have your hit number on the hit flag.
As mentioned, this is the third final heat of the boys 100-meter dash. 4x200-meter relays are up next. So the 800-meter relays are the next competition. Good start on the outside. Kenneth Gonzalez from Hayes. Ryder Hopper from Canyon. On the inside, though, New Braunfels, Brixton Schulenberger, and from Champion, Hudson Simmons making a late push. That concludes the 4 heats of the 100-meter dash. On the boys' varsity side of things, wrapping up JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, and varsity boys in the 100-meter dash competition. So now with workers getting set for the 4x200-meter relays, they'll set the blocks. And when we come back, the 800-meter run, girls JV, boys JV, girls varsity, boys varsity, that and a whole lot more on the way next. We continue with our coverage from the Ranger Relays right here on the Rangers Network.
Welcome to Summerhill Dental, your Hill Country dentist. We are located just a few miles from Smithson Valley High School and ready to serve the entire family's needs. We specialize in same-day crowns, implants, sleep apnea, and whole health smiles. We love our community and we are proud to call ourselves Rangers. Come see us today.
Guys, look what just came in. Just in time.
Please tell me it's our hats.
It is, but these aren't the right ones.
Oh, great. What are we gonna do now? These will never work.
Hey, I know. Why don't we call your dad, Hill?
Jeremy Fuller, State Farm Insurance, can help with anything.
Well, usually can, but...
Great idea. He helped my grandma with her business insurance.
Yes, he does that, but not...
Yes, he even helped my mom with her boat insurance.
Yes, that's great, but he doesn't insure shipping.
There they are. I've been looking all over for those. The teachers are having a pool party after swim practice is done. And I think you're looking for these.
Thanks, Principal Snyder. Now we are ready.
And so are we.
Let's do this.
You have access to a reality-bending GVTC AR experience that will connect you to your school's athlete within the GVTC service area. Go to levelup.gvtc.com. Once there, touch Start Experience Now. Select either a Ranger, Charger, Warrior, or Greyhound. Now you're ready to touch Start Experience on your athlete's page. Allow access to your camera and touch the purple Continue button. And here is where you will place your athlete in whatever environment you want to interact with them. Scale them and rotate them to match the scene you put them in.
With GVTC Fiber Internet, I'm unstoppable.
Now, change the angle you see them by moving your phone. You can even screen capture a portrait with your athlete.
It's fast, powerful, and always on point.
Tap the Explore GVTC button for even more cutting-edge products that can help connect you to the world.
Welcome back to the Ranger Relays right here on the Rangers Network. The 4x200 meter relay JV is what's next. So 200 meters, and then each competitor here, each runner, will pass the baton. We're off. In lane 1 here is New Braunfels. Lane 2, it's Hayes. Lane 3, it's Reagan. Lane 4, Champion. Lane 5, Brandeis. Lane 6, Smithson Valley. Lane 7 is Canyon. And so you see all the first legs of the relay set for their first exchange point 200 meters in. Coach Glenn Hill serving as our public address announcer tonight, making sure that the curve inspectors were ready and good to go just before the race. They indicate as much, saying that they're ready to go with the white flags, and we see the white flag again. That means that there was no foul, no infraction, no one went outside the exchange zone, and so all handoffs are legal. So that first exchange point was good, 200 meters in. And so far, a fantastic showing for Smithson Valley. They're in lane 6. Here's the third exchange. Well, the Rangers still off to a good start. And all indications seem to be that that exchange point was good as well. So Smithson Valley you still see on the lead in lane 6, but coming on, looks like that's Brandeis in lane 5. Brandeis going to make this interesting as we get to the final handoff. And look to the Broncos, they've overtaken the lead here. Final stretch after the final handoff, and it's Brandeis, lane 5, who has a lead that may be insurmountable. Smithson Valley giving it a push, as is Reagan in lane 3. But in the end, it is Brandeis, a come-from-behind win. They win the 4x200 meter relay girls JV. Nice job there by the Broncos. Heading into that third exchange, they were behind, but making up a lot of ground there on that third leg of the 4x200 meter relay. So now the 800 meter relay continues, this time with the JV boys. Lane assignments here. Lane 1, Smithson Valley. Lane 2 is Canyon. Lane 3 is Brandeis. Lane 4 is Champion. Lane 5, Reagan. Lane 6, New Braunfels. Lane 7 is Hayes. And once Coach Hill, from the public address announcer standpoint, gets the all clear, will then get the clear. And I see the white flag there from that first curb inspector. We've got the clear at that point. It's just a matter of the starter and everybody here at the start line being good to go, and then we'll be able to start the 4x200 meter relay boys JV. We've been taking you through results from the meet to this point. We can tell you that from the girls 100 meter hurdles JV from Hayes, Madeline Metcalf, first place in that event, personal record 17.18. So Madeline winning with a time of 17 seconds, 18 tenths out of Hayes High School. As we're set to start our boys 4x200 meter relay JV. There's the first turn. Hayes in lane 7. New Braunfels in lane 6. There's Reagan in lane 5. You got Champion in lane 4. Reagan in lane 5. New Braunfels in lane 6. Hayes in lane 7. First exchange point. We're good, so no infractions there. And as we make this first turn, a good start for Reagan. They're in lane 5. As we go to exchange point 3, it's the Rattlers who have the lead. Clean handoff on their ends. This third leg could go a long way in determining whether we have a tight finish or if Reagan ends up winning this one relatively easily. Still a good lead for the Rattlers as we head to the final exchange point. Another clean handoff for the Rattlers. And barring catastrophe here as they make this final turn, they're going to come out on top in the boys 4x200 meter relay JV. Smooth sailing for the Rattlers coming around that final turn. And it's a battle for second place because the Rattlers easily come away with the top prize in the 4x200 meter relay JV. Continuing our look at scores from throughout the day, the 100 meter dash JV, first place from Reagan, Ian Armstrong. Ian, a personal record 11 seconds 40 tenths, so 11.40 for Ian Armstrong. Girls 100 meter hurdles varsity. First place, Reagan's Isabella DeGrossa. Isabella running 14.20. So Isabella a winning time there in the girls 100 meter dash, or 100 meter hurdles, excuse me, for the varsity side of things. Back here to live action, it's the girls 4x200 meter relay varsity. Lane assignments here. Lane 1 is open. Lane 2 is Champion. Lane 3 is Reagan. Lane 4 is Brandeis. Lane 5, Smithson Valley. Lane 6, New Braunfels. Lane 7 and 8 are open. So this, again, the start of the varsity portions of the 4x200 meter relay. Girls 4x2 going first.
Line at the start.
Sounds like we got the clear to start just moments ago, meaning the inspectors there at the exchange points are good to go. Gun is up. And the girls 4x200 meter relay varsity is underway. Again, Champion here, lane 2. Reagan, lane 3. Brandeis, lane 4. Smithson Valley, lane 5. New Braunfels, lane 6, with lane 7 and 8 being open. A good start there for Smithson Valley. Here's the first exchange point. Good handoff. It looks like the Unicorns in lane 6 off to a very good start. Still holding on to that lead. On the inside, though, it's Brandeis. Right now, they're in second as we get to our third exchange point. And this could determine who leads after leg number 3. And sure enough, it's Brandeis overtaking the lead. And as we round the corner here and they come from underneath the stands, from our vantage point, it is Brandeis who now holds the lead. That critical exchange point on exchange 3, the difference. And if the Broncos can hold on here, good exchange on their end on that fourth and final baton. And here's the final turn. And it's Brandeis cruising to what appears to be an easy victory in the 4x200 meter relay varsity. New Braunfels looks to be second, and then behind them, Reagan in lane 3. Continue to tell you about results from other events today or events that have already happened. Saw the boys 110 meter hurdles varsity earlier in the broadcast. Luke Bell winning first. He's out of Canyon. Personal record of 15 seconds, 52 tenths, so 15.52, the winning mark for Luke Bell in the boys 110 meter hurdles. Results coming in will get you through what those results look like, not only today, but through not only the running events that have taken place today, but also through the field events that happened this morning as we go through the entirety of this broadcast and the race. Right now we're in the midst of the 800 meter run, boys 800 meter varsity, relay, 800 meter relay, where every leg of the competition runs 200 meters. We're now at the boys varsity junction of it. After that, we've got the throwers 4x100 meter run, followed by the 400 meter dash, the 300 meter hurdles, the 200 meter dash, and then we'll wrap with the 1600 meter runs, and then concluding the event, as is usually the case, the 4x400 meter relay. JV meet as well. So JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, varsity boys, often being the order of the competition. Gun is up. Runners taking their blocks. Hayes here in lane 1. Smithson Valley's in lane 2. Champions in lane 3. New Braunfels in lane 4. Reagan's in lane 5. Canyon's in lane 6. Brandeis in lane 7. Lane 8 unoccupied. See, Brandeis off to a good start. Usually is the case on that first turn when they're out in those far lanes. Brandeis lane 7, Canyons in lane 6. First exchange point, this key in terms of who comes out with the lead as we round that first turn. All exchanges good. White flag by the exchange inspector. Still Brandeis in the lead, although right on the heels is Canyon. And now Canyon, the Cougars, overtaking. They lead as we get to exchange point 3. Reagan also very much in the mix. There's Brandeis as the runners from our vantage point come out from underneath the stands. Making a push, though, on the inside. Got Hayes also very much pushing. And here's the final exchange point. Reagan out to a good lead, but closing quickly are the Rangers and his New Braunfels. What a finish here down the stretch. The Unicorns, what a final leg, and they're going to come away with a top spot in the 4x200 meter relay. Overtaking the Rattlers, and with Smithson Valley giving chase. Great finish by the Unicorns to win the 4x200 meter relay on the varsity boys side of things. Girls 400 is the next scheduled event in terms of official events. As they've completed all 4 classes there in the 4x200 meter relay.
Final call for the 400 meter dash. Final call, 400 meter dash. Please report to the end zone bleachers to the headline.
Up next, the throwers 4x100. The tires making their way onto the track. As they get set to run it, let's take you through a couple more results. Girls 100 meter dash, JV results first. It's Kennedy Sands out of Reagan. Wins with a personal record of 13.14, so 13 seconds and 14 tenths for Kennedy Sands out of Reagan. In the JV girls 100 meter dash, the boys 100 dash winner, JV, from Reagan, Ian Armstrong, 11.40. So Ian, the top finisher for the boys JV 100 meters. They prepare to set up. We'll take you through the girls and boys varsity 100 meter winners. First place finisher for the varsity girls division is India Stigall from Hayes, time of 12.80. Smithson Valley's Aviana Miller comes in second. Aviana running in at a time of 12.91, so just 11 tenths off of India Stigall's winning mark. And in the boys 100 meter dash, it is Cole Pryor out of Reagan. Wins first place, edging Quinton Sampson out of Smithson Valley. Cole, 11.11, his winning time, again out of Reagan. Quinton putting up a time of 11.21. Quinton just a sophomore here for the Rangers. Cole Pryor, a junior for the Reagan Rattlers. Here we go, the always fun throwers 4x100. You see the boys with the tire, the girls with the batons. These are discus shot putters. Get to have a little fun here in the 4x100 competition. Different divisions combined here. On the outside, you see good pace there on the outside. There's the exchange of the tire. And now on the inside. Good pace here as we come across the final leg. Looks like we'll have a breeze to victory here. As the throwers 4x100 comes to a close, you see one of the competitors here on the near side just running with the tire over him as opposed to holding it with his arm. And that concludes our throwers 4x100 meter relay. 400 meter dash is next. JV girls will go first. 3 heats of the girls 400. We'll then have 3 heats of the boys JV as well. 3 heats for the girls varsity. And then the conclusion sees 3 heats of the boys 400. So exactly 3 heats in each classification here for the boys 400 meter dash, starting with the girls JV. The 400, 1 lap around. In heat 1 of this initial girls JV competition, lane 1 has from Reagan, Eliza Smalls. From Smithson Valley, lane 2 is Cassandra Rios. Lane 3 is Janelle Adil from Brandeis. Lane 4 sees Canyon's Aiden Unsworth. Lane 5 from Brandeis, Lilani Little Rodriguez. Lane 6 from Canyon, Raven Alcera. And lane 7 for New Braunfels, Abigail Llanas. So those are your participants in the 400 meter dash JV Heat 1. Take you through some results here as we get going with the 400 meter run. First place in the boys pole vault out of New Braunfels is Boone Partee. Boone clearing 14 feet even. That's a personal record. Brody Day out of Smithson Valley, the best Ranger finisher. He finished 3rd. Also clearing 14 feet. As a matter of fact, William Moffitt from Canyon also clearing 14 feet. But it's Boone Partee who comes away with first place. Moffitt getting 2nd. Brady Day coming in 3rd. Guns are up. We're set to go with the 400 meter dash, Heat 1, boys JV. Again, because it's the 400, this one time around. You can see from your angle, the runners disappear for a bit as they make their way around those stands. Continue with results here from the Ranger relays and events seen and maybe not seen because they were field events earlier today. Just took you through boys pole vault, girls pole vault from Smithson Valley. Sophia Mitschke, she comes away with the top prize, a personal record for Sophia, clearing 11.6. So congratulations, Sophia Mitschke. Smithson Valley also had the 2nd place finisher, Ella Pinkrun, clearing 11 feet. And those the top 2 finishers in the girls varsity pole vault here for Smithson Valley is Heat 1 of the girls 400 meter dash comes to an end. Cassandra Rios for Smithson Valley, as mentioned, taking part in that heat, with Heat 2 up next. Taking you through the competitors here in that 2nd heat of the girls 400 meter dash JV. Lane 1 for Smithson Valley, it's Carly Copes. Lane 2 for New Braunfels, Andrea Vargas. Lane 3 for Smithson Valley, Carissa Colazo. Lane 4 from Hayes, it's Angelica Castro. Lane 5 from Brandeis, Carolina Rodriguez. Lane 6 is Danielle Mata from New Braunfels. Lane 7 from Canyon, Maya Tiscareno Macias. So those the 7 competitors in the second heat of the 400-meter dash girls JV. Continuing our results here for pole vault, boys JV here. Top finisher from New Braunfels is Colin Sweet. Colin clearing 12 feet with his vault to take home first place in the boys pole vault JV. As you see and you hear, they're off with the gun in this heat 2 of the 400-meter dash girls JV. And wrapping up our vault results with the girls JV, first place, second place, and third place all taken by New Braunfels Unicorns. Sydney Garcia, your winner. Deanna Wenzel, second. Kendall Hoskins, third. And Sydney's event-winning height, she cleared 10 feet in the girls JV pole vault. Making the final turn here, back to live action. The girls 400-meter dash JV. Smithson Valley, it's Carissa Collazo comfortably ahead. New Braunfels' Danielle Mata making a late push, but not nearly enough and not nearly in time. And so Smithson Valley's Carissa Collazo coming out on top in heat 2 of the girls 400-meter dash JV. Heat 3 is coming up next. It's the third and final heat of the girls 400-meter dash JV. And in lane 1 here out of Champion is Audrey DeHart. Lane 2 out of Reagan is Anna Adoali. Lane 3 from Smithson Valley, Emma Costello. Lane 4 from Hayes is Ariel Theas de Luna. Lane 5 from Reagan is Mackenzie Polanco. Lane 6 from Champion is Alina Crowell. Lane 7 from Champion is Sky Coughlin. Those are your competitors in Heat 3 of the girls 400-meter dash on the JV level. As they get set to run, let's take you through some more finals from today. The boys discus, Smithson Valley, the winner in that competition. Jackson Maynard, a throw of 171. So Jackson beating Ryan Ramirez from Reagan, Riley Wempler from Champion, Hector Ucha from Reagan, Shane Condor for New Braunfels, Dylan Glass from Smithson Valley among the 15 total competitors to win first place, boys discus varsity. Underway back here in real time, the third heat, 400, girls JV. On the outside, Alina Crowell and Sky Coughlin from Champion. Out to good leads here as they make that final turn. As they come down here to this final stretch, it looks like going to be one of two Champion Chargers. With Sky Coughlin comfortably ahead, we'll see if Alina Crowell can make a final push. But it's looking very much like Sky Coughlin will come away with the top spot in Heat 3. And we'll check in on the final results in terms of where she finished overall in this girls 400-meter dash JV. The boys JV in the same event are next. They've got 3 heats as well. Shot put final results. Smithson Valley's Gavin Garcia coming close. He finished second. The Rangers also had Dylan Gass, finishing the top 6. He finished 5th, a throw of 44.9. Gavin Garcia's throw 49.6, but the winner in the competition from Champion, Riley Wampler, shot put throw of 51. Hector Ucha from Reagan finished 3rd. Nico Lopez from Champion finishing 4th. Rick Wagner in 6th. Or RC Wagner, excuse me, finishing 6th. RC throwing 42.7. 13 competitors total in that boys shot put varsity competition. They're set to go with Heat 1. Boys 400, JV. Lane 1 has Stephen Brown out of New Braunfels here. Lane 2, it's champion Zach Smith. Lane 3 for New Braunfels, it's Saul Rubio. Lane 4 from Reagan, Jackson Hendrickson. Reagan also has the runners in lanes 5 and 6. Lane 5 is John Opara. Lane 6 is Kellen Pickney. And then lane 7, it's Smithson Valley's Gavin Williams. Lane 8 is open. And see Gavin in a good spot as he makes the turn. See if he holds on to that lead down the stretch here. Fighting off Reagan's Jackson Hendrickson. John Opara also there. And it is Smithson Valley's Gavin Williams. Finishes first. Heat 1 of 3 in the boys 400 JV. Girls shot put. Ryder Wilson from New Braunfels High finishing 6th. Lorena Barrio Bedeau from Champion finishing 5th. Esme Schaefer from Reagan finished 4th. Mia White from Canyon is 3rd. Haley Goodwin from Champion 2nd. But the winner, varsity level of the girls shot put from Reagan, is Mariana Salazar, throwing 36 to win the girls varsity shot put competition. Looks like the runners are taking their marks here. Heat 2 in the boys 400 JV. Oh, not quite ready for the start. Lane 1 in this heat is Austin Pendergast from Hayes. Lane 2 from Canyon is Marian Cardenas. Lane 3 from Brandeis is Zach Cantu. Lane 4 from Smithson Valley, Jacob Gonzalez. Lane 5 from New Braunfels is Cameron DeBear. Lane 6 from Hayes is Brandon Sears. And there's the gun. Lane 7 from Brandeis is Thomas Barber. See who emerges from underneath the stands here with the lead in good spot. On the outside, it's Brandeis' Thomas Barber maintaining a decent lead, but this final turn here will tell us a lot about who's going to be in a good spot as we come down the stretch. Looks to be a two-person race as we head down the final fairway. Jacob Gonzalez from Smithson Valley trying to hold off Zach Cantu from Brandeis. Gonzalez able to do just that. Jacob Gonzalez giving the Rangers a first-place finisher in that heat at the very least. We'll see where Zach Cantu, where Jacob Gonzalez and also Zach Cantu from Brandeis end up finishing in the grand scheme of things. But for the heat, it's Jacob Gonzalez from Smithson Valley coming out on top. Final heat here of the boys 400-meter dash JV. Lanes 1 and 2 open in this competition. Lane 3 has Garen Bernadine IV from Hayes. Trent Youngdahl from Smithson Valley's in lane 4. Lane 5 has champions Navalis Hanna. Lane 6 is Smithson Valley's Justin Hilton. Lane 7 has Smithson Valley's Michael Garcia. Lane 8 is open. We're set to go. There's the gun. Note the 2 Smithson Valley runners are on the outside. Justin Hilton, lane 6, Michael Garcia, lane 7. You see Michael Garcia in a good spot, but shooting up through the middle there. Looks to be Garen Bernadine from Hayes. He's in lane 3, already out in front as we come across the final turn. And Bernadine, the fourth, put himself in good spot here. He's coming down this final straightaway. And all alone, you see the 2 Rangers trying to catch up. Good ground there being made up by Michael Garcia, but it's not going to be enough. Garen Bernadine, the fourth, holding on to win that heat. To wrap up the third heat, we got one more heat of the boys JV here in the 400, I should say. But wrapping up that heat was Hayes' Garen Bernadine, the fourth. Fourth and final heat, 400 boys JV. Lanes 1 and 2 are open. Lane 3 for champion Jackson Barnes. Lane 4 for Brandeis, Justice Jeffrey. Lane 5 for Canyon, Oliver Guardiola. Lane 6 for Hayes, Hayden Jackson. Lane 7 for Canyon is Lucas Liddell. Lane 8 is open. Runners getting set to take their marks. As we await the start of this final heat of the boys JV 400, let's take you through results from the girls 4x200 meter relay JV. In the points, champion 6, Canyon 5th, Hayes 4, Reagan finished 3rd, Smithson Valley finished 2nd, and it's Brandeis coming with the top spot. The girls 4x2 meter relay. Minute 47.69. Brandeis, Justice Jeffrey giving it a run there. 3 folks in this competition. It was listed for 5 initially. But of the 3, it looks like Justice Jeffrey, if he can hold on here on this final stretch, and it looks like he will, Justice wins heat number 4 of the boys 400 meter dash. Girls varsity next up in the 400. Continuing through results from the 4x200 meter relay. Boys JV finishing it with points. Hayes in 6th. Smithson Valley 5th. Canyon 4th. New Braunfels 3rd. Champion 2nd. And first place, boys JV 4x200, time of 1:32.13. Reagan, team of Keaton Dahl, Landon Johnson, Jorge Reyes, and Ian Garza, running the 4x2 at a time of 1 minute 32.13. The race at hand now is Heat 1 of 3 for the girls 400-meter dash varsity. Lane 1 and Lane 2 feature Smithson Valley runners. Isabella Sutherland is in Lane 1, Mia Pettis in 2. Maya Webb has New Braunfels unicorn Maya Webb. Lane 4 has Smithson Valley's Jasmine Singh. Lane 5 has London Graham from Brandeis. Lane 6 featuring Canyon's Brittany Snow. Lane 7 from Brandeis, Peyton Ware. Lane 8 is open. So you got Rangers in lanes 1, 2, and 4 with Isabella Sutherland, Mia Pettis, and Jasmine Singh all in this heat. See on the outside, good start for Kenyon's Brittany Snow. For Brandeis, London Graham also faring well. Although it looks like on the inside you're going to have Smithson Valley's Mia Pettis making quite a push. Jasmine Singh in lane 4. Can Jasmine catch her? A strong play there for Canyon's Brittany Snow. Brandeis's Peyton Ware as well. A good finish to Heat 1 of the girls 400-meter dash here on the varsity side of things. Heat 2 going to feature from Champion in lane 1, Michelle Sedina. Lane 2 for New Braunfels, Jessica Waldrop. Lane 3 from Reagan, Vivian Zink. Lane 4 from Canyon, Carly Sturm. Lane 5 from Canyon, Molly Allen. Lane 7 from Champion, Grace Mondini. And lane 7 from Reagan, Morgan Groves. Lane 8 is open. So those are your 7 competitors here in Heat 2 of the girls 400-meter dash varsity. There's the gun. Runners on their mark. The gun signaling. Start of Heat 2. As the girls make that first turn, we can tell you that in the girls 4x200-meter relay varsity, teams that finish in points, in 5th, Champion, in 4th, Smithson Valley, in 3rd, Reagan, in 2nd, New Braunfels. In 1st place, Faith Pons, Layla Smith-Harris, Nariah Clark, and Kayla Ratke run a 142.29 4x200-meter relay, and they come away with the top spot for Brandeis, giving the Broncos the title there in the 4x2-meter relay. Back here on the final stretch, Heat 2, girls 400. Canyon's Carly Sturm. Molly Allen also in the mix for Canyon. But a first place finish for Molly Allen here in lane 5 for Canyon. Taking Heat 2. Varsity now, girls 400-meter dash. That's what we're in now with Heat 3. The final heat in the girls varsity coming up next. Quick start. Lanes 1 and 2 open in this third heat. Lane 3, it's Meredith Montgomery out of New Braunfels. Lane 4, Serenity Hudson out of Smithson Valley. Lane 5, Lauren Moeller out of Reagan. Lane 6, Ada Matthias from Brandeis. Lane 7 has Canyon's Allison Schooch. Those were the scheduled competitors. You see 3 runners taking part. Final turn. Ada Mathias from Brandeis really making up some ground in that final turn. She's first. Serenity Hudson from Smithson Valley giving chase. Canyon's Allison Schutz also in the mix, but nobody's catching Ada Mathias from Brandeis. Takes the third and final heat in the girls' 400-meter dash on the varsity level. Results here from the boys 4x200-meter relay JV. 6th was Hayes, 5th was Smithson Valley, Canyon was 4th, New Braunfels 3rd, Champion 2nd, and Reagan takes first place in the 4x200-meter relay JV, a time of 1:32.13. The gun is up. Heat 1 of the boys 400-meter dash. Lane 1, Bryson Bjorkman from Reagan. Lane 2 from Canyon, Moraine Flamants. Lane 3 from Reagan, Jay Esquivel. Lane 4 from Brandeis, there's the gun, is Ben Teeler. Lane 5 from New Braunfels, Logan Rosas. Lane 6 from Reagan is Ryan Roseman. Lane 7 for Smithson Valley, it's Gavin Gantarek. First turn. You got Logan Rosas closing there on the outside. From Brandeis, it's Ben Teeler. And Ben clearing the field as we approach the last turn. He's on the last turn now, coming down the straightaway. Ben Teeler from Brandeis making this look easy. Closest competitor is Logan Rosas from New Braunfels, but no one comes close to Ben Teeler. Giving the Broncos the first place finisher in that first heat of the boys 400-meter dash varsity. Heat 2 featuring from Champion Robert Wegleitner in lane 3. From Smithson Valley, Devin Zook in lane 4. New Braunfels has Michael Cobble. He's in lane 5. Lane 6 taken by Canyon's Charlie Schumann. Lane 7 is Jesus Santoy from Hayes. So lanes 1, 2, and 8 open in this third and final heat. Second of 3 heats, in the boys 400-meter dash. There's the gun. Good start on the inside for Champions Robert Wegleitner. As mentioned, lane 4 occupied by Devin Zook from Smithson Valley. Lane 5 has New Braunfels Unicorn Michael Cobble. Lane 6, Canyon's Charlie Schumann. That appears to be where the bulk of the action here is in Heat 2. And here's the final stretch from Smithson Valley, Devin Zook, well ahead. And a battle for second place because Devin going to easily come away with a top spot heat number 2. Devin Zook from Smithson Valley. See where he ends up in the grand scheme of things when the finals are all calculated for the boys 400-meter dash varsity, but in that heat, all Devin Zook from Smithson Valley. There's a third and final heat. from the boys 400-meter dash. Varsity. 5 competitors in this final heat of the boys. Good start out of the gate. I don't think anyone is going to come close as we come down the final stretch. The 300-meter hurdles, starting with girls JV, is up next. But for now, Rangers giving a push here. Final straightaway. I don't know if there's enough time, though, enough real estate to make up this difference. It'll be close. But Smithson family finishing with second in that third and final heat of the boys 400-meter dash varsity side of things. Per the schedule, the 300-meter hurdles are next. JV girls, JV boys, then varsity girls, varsity boys.
Girls varsity 400 meter. 6th place from Reagan. Morgan Grove. 5th place from Canyon. Carly Stern.
And with the hurdles being put on the track, a good time to step aside. We'll be back. Continuation of the Ranger relays. The 300-meter hurdles on their way next right here on the Rangers Network.
GBTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business. From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GBTC has everything you need to stay connected. We're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future. Our GBTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GBTC, connecting you.
I'm Megan Hembry.
I'm Tyler Ferris, and we're Ferris Orthodontics. You're going first.
Okay. I was a 4th grader, and I went to the orthodontist, and there were 2 things that I liked. First, everyone seemed just as happy as they could be. So I thought, this is great, because they're all happy. Second, they were all dressed the same. So 4th grade Megan was like, I think this is the job for me.
For me, I grew up in Brady, Texas, small town, and from a very normal family, and it was essentially, hey, who needs orthodontics the worst? And it happened to be my brother. And so the nearest orthodontist was in San Angelo, Texas, and so that's quite a drive. Somehow I was commissioned to work on his mouth, and so I would get in there with pliers and needles, needle nose pliers and whatnot, and adjust, and people would laugh and say, oh, he's going to be an orthodontist, and then boom, it happened. I think there's several things that set us apart from other ortho offices, and there's lots of great ones around, but I think we really made a niche in terms of how efficient we are through treatment. Sometimes moms will complain that the magazines are good, but they don't have time to read them because their kid is already up and out, or they haven't had enough time to jump in and talk with their friends at the chair. So we try to get all patients in and out quickly, efficiently. Nobody's more busy now than the average American mom. And so we're great with that. We are so serious about getting each one just like it should be, really rendering great care.
Yeah, we're efficient, but we also deliver great care too. You know,
Back here at the Ranger Relays, right here on the Ranger Network, just in time for the start of the 300-meter hurdles. This, the girls JV. First of 2 heats. In lane 1, you've got Abigail Candela Sade Hayes. From champion Aaliyah Ramirez in lane 2. From Reagan, it's Alexa Hakeem Montemayor. Lane 4, it's Hayes Madeline Metcalf. Lane 5 from Canyon, it's Mia Villanueva. Lane 6 from Reagan, it's Alexander Wilson. Lane 7 from Canyon, Kaden Ramirez. As we come down to this final hurdle, Madeline Metcalf out of Hayes, easily clearing the field, takes the top spot in Heat 1. Following these 2 heats of girls JV, you have 2 heats of girls varsity. At that point, you'll have 3 heats of the boys 300-meter hurdles JV. And then we'll wrap things up with 2 heats from the boys varsity. So 2 heats for every classification except for the JV boys, in which we'll have 3 heats. Just completed Heat 1 of girls JV. Heat 2 now underway. Lane 1, Amy Ramirez from New Braunfels. Lane 2 from Brandeis, Afton Williams. Lane 3 from Champion, Avery Knight. Lane 4 from Reagan, Haley Williams. Lane 5 from New Braunfels, Bella Markowitz Hicks. Lane 6 from Champion, it's Kylie Thompson. Lane 7 from Smithson Valley, Holly Halls. Lane 8 is open. Here we come down the turn. Lane 6 from Reagan, Alexandra Wilson in a good spot, though she's being pressed by Alexa Hakeem Montemayor in lane 3. And then in the middle is Bella Hicks Markowitz from New Braunfels. And it's Bella Markowitz Hicks who comes away with the top spot there in Heat 2. So a good last surge there for Bella Markowitz Hicks to come out with the top spot in Heat 2, as we now move over to the girls 300-meter hurdles varsity division. Lane 1 here for New Braunfels is Emily Freya. Lane 2 from Canyon, it's Cassidy Henderson. Lane 3 for Smithson Valley, it's Macy Moody. Lane 4 for Reagan, it's Isabella DeGrossa. Lane 5 for Reagan, Morgan Schluter. Lane 6 for Canyon, Maya Aldridge. Maya also a basketball player for the Cougarettes. Lane 7 for Hayes, it's Isabel Burke. And there's the gun. As mentioned, Heat 1 of 2, girls 300 hurdles. Boy, shooting out like a cannon. One of the outer lanes looks to be from Champion Ella Bachman, leaving everyone in the dust. That's Isabella Gaylord, actually, from Reagan, if I have my lane correct here. An easy victory here in Heat number 2. The only Reagan competitor, easy to see, there's Isabella DeGrossa, who would have been out of Reagan. Morgan Schuster also out of Reagan, but outpacing everybody in Heat 1. Now takes us to Heat 2, second and final heat for the girls 200-meter hurdles for varsity. In Heat 2 here for in lane 2 here in lane 1, out of Brandeis, Emerson Francis is in lane 2. Lane 1 is open. Lane 3 from Reagan, Isabella Gaylord. Lane 4 from Smithson Valley, Kristen Hampton. Lane 5 from Smithson Valley, Erica Arzu-Barrios. Lane 6 from Champion, Ella Bachman. Lane 7 is Charlie Jacobs out of Brandeis. Lane 8 is open. Runners on their marks. There's the gun. Outside lane for Brandeis is Charlie Jacobs. Champions Ella Bachman, lane 6. Beside her. Smithson Valley's got Kristen Hampton in lane 4 and Erica Arzu-Barrios in lane 5. Here's the turn. Every runner so far clearing the hurdles. Charlie Jacobs from Brandeis. Struggling there as she makes that turn. Smithson Valley's Erica Arzubarios, lane 5. From Champion, it's Ella Bachman. And as Bachman clears this final hurdle, that'll do it. She finishes heat 2 in first place. Boys JV now up next for the 300-meter hurdles. As mentioned moments ago, 3 heats for the boys here. As the boys JV 300 hurdles get set to go. Some results here from the girls 400-meter dash JV. Smithson Valley with the 5th and 4th place finishers in that competition. Carissa Galasso and Cassandra Rios, 5th and 4th respectively, Cassandra being 4th. The winner in that event from Brandeis, a personal record of minute, a second, and 75 tenths, so 1:01.75. Janelle Ado from Brandeis. Those are the results from the girls 400-meter dash JV. Runners from the boys back in live action. 300 hurdles yet to take their marks. Three heats of JV boys coming up, followed by 2 heats of varsity boys here in the 300 hurdles. .400-meter dash JV results. Smithson Valley coming away with first place. Gavin Williams getting 10 points for the Rangers JV team, a personal record 52.86 in the 400 JV to win it. The Rangers also with Jacob Gonzalez in 5th. From Reagan, John Opara finishing 6th. From New Braunfels, Sal Rubio finishing 4th. Reagan had the 3rd and 2nd place finishes with Kellen Pickney in 3rd, and then Jackson Hendrickson behind Gavin Williams. Jackson Hendrickson and Kellen Pickney from Reagan also running personal records. 53.02 for Hendrickson, 54.79 for Kellen Pickney. Continue our results here from events you have seen earlier in the broadcast. Girls 400-meter dash varsity. In the points, Morgan Groves from Reagan, 6th. Carly Stern from Canyon, 5th. Mia Bettis from Smithson Valley finished 4th. Isabella Sutherland from Smithson Valley finished 3rd. Second, also from Smithson Valley, Jasmine Singh. So the Rangers with Jasmine Singh, Isabella Sutherland, and Mia Bettis finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Jasmine with a time of 56.85. Isabella 59.59. Mia Bettis a minute 71. London Graham for Brandeis finishes 1st in the girls 400-meter dash varsity, a personal record time of 56.50. Runners on their marks. And here we go with the first heat of 3 of the boys 300-meter hurdles JV. Evan Woods from Champion is in lane 1 here. Jackson Paley from Reagan's in lane 2. For Brandeis, Josh Markle is in lane 3. Lane 4 is Reagan's Ben Rice. From Smithson Valley, it's Ethan Hennessy in lane 5. Lane 6 is Reagan's Jake Arevalo. Here they come on the final straightaway. Ethan Hennessy for the Rangers out to a lead. Big, long strides. See if he can hang on. Clears the last hurdle. And Ethan Hennessy coming out with the top spot in the first heat of the boys 300-meter hurdles JV. Heat 2 going to feature an open lane 1. Lane 2 has Ethan Elania from New Braunfels. Lane 3 has Smithson Valley's Gavin Bayless. Lane 4 has Ryan Burt from Hayes. Corbin Buchanan from Champion is in lane 5. Joshua Sandoval from Hayes is in lane 6. And from lane 7, it's Cade Russelhang from New Braunfels. That's your lineup here for Heat 2 of the boys 300-meter hurdles JV. Runners near getting their blocks. Now getting on their marks. There's the gun. Every runner looking like they cleared that first hurdle. Outside lanes is where the race looks like, this heat at least, looks like it'll be won. Coming down that final turn. Again, continuing the clearing of the hurdles. Smithson Valley's Gavin Bayless in lane 3. From Hayes, it's Ryan Burt. Champions Corbin Buchanan also in the mix here. And in lane 4 from Hayes, Ryan Burt. Finishing atop the second heat, leaving one more heat here in the 300-meter hurdles boys JV. From here, 2 heats of the boys varsity. Third heat, they're looking to get it going quickly. Our runners already on their marks. Lane 1 is open. Lane 2, that's Canyon's Carlos Enriquez. Lane 3 from Champion, it's Benjamin Schmidt. Lane 4 from New Braunfels, Maddox Maynard. Lane 5 from Hayes, Richard Anderson. Lane 6, 7, and 8 are open. See the 5 scheduled runner. There's 5 scheduled runners, I should say. There's 4 on your track. On the outside, Hayes from Richard Anderson was in a good spot, but now in lane 2 from Canyon, Carlos Enriquez making a push, and so it's going to be between those two, it looks like. Richard Anderson from Hayes entered that final hurdle with the lead, and he comes out of it with the lead as well. So Richard Anderson winning Heat 3 to conclude the heats of the JV division.
Third and final call for the 200-meter.
And the boys 300-meter hurdles. So 2 heats of varsity boys 300-meter hurdles are up next. Cash Lancaster, the aforementioned lone Piper warrior who's taking part in this meet, is in lane 1. Smithson Valley's Charles Whelan in lane 2. Reagan has Jaiko Harmon and Derek Davison in lanes 3 and 4. Derek Davison in lane 4. Cole Redding, the outstanding New Braunfels receiver, in lane 5. Caden Rodriguez from Brandeis is in lane 6. Hayes has Kane Veriel in lane 7. Clear the initial hurdle. Hurdle number 2 now cleared. Here the approach on that final turn. Heat 1 of the boys 200-meter hurdles varsity division. On the outside, Caden Rodriguez, Kane Verial. Final straightaway here. Looks like Kane Verial from Hayes in good position. From Brandeis, Caden Rodriguez. Looks like he cleared the field in Heat 1 of the boys 200-meter hurdles varsity. Second and final heat next. Lane assignments here for this final heat of the boys in the 300-meter hurdles varsity side of things. Lane 1 for Smithson Valley, it's Alexander Ingra, also a member of their soccer team. Lane 2 from Hayes, Eric Castillo. Lane 3 from New Braunfels, Jason Stallard. Lane 4 from Hayes, Ty Albright. Lane 6 from Reagan, Ian Armstrong. Lane 6 from Champion is Alexei Semenov. And lane 7 from Canyon, Kason Brooks. Lane 8 is open, as you see him off and running. Outside, Brooks in good position for Canyon. See Alexander Ingra for Smithson Valley looking to make a push on the inside. He's in lane 1. Come around the corner, Ty Albright from Hayes out to a lead. There's a push on the outside from Canyon's Kason Brooks, but Brooks not going to be able to get Ty Albright, who crosses the finish line to win the heat. A spill there near the finish line on that final hurdle. It looks like Alexander Ingroff is okay. Collects himself. And now we get set for the girls 200-meter dash. JV up first. They'll be the first set of competitions here among all the competitors in the 200. Multiple heats here as the hurdle handlers and checkers remove the hurdles from the field so we can get started with the 200. Three heats of JV girls are already lined up. Is Heat 1 already on the track, ready to go? 3 heats for JV girls, 5 heats for JV boys, 3 heats for varsity girls, and then 3 more heats for varsity boys. So a good number of participants in this 200-meter dash. Often the case. As we get set for these final several events, I hear tournament coordinators, meet coordinators, asking for a brief hold. Let's take it with them. We'll be back. Continuation of the Ranger Relays right here on the Rangers Network.
300-meter.
Welcome to Summerhill Dental, your Hill Country dentist. We are located just a few miles from Smithson Valley High School and ready to serve the entire family's needs. We specialize in same-day crowns, implants, sleep apnea, and whole health smiles. We love our community and we are proud to call ourselves Rangers. Come see us today.
Guys, look what just came in. Just in time.
Please tell me it's our hats.
It is, but these aren't the right ones.
Oh, great. What are we gonna do now? These will never work.
Hey, I know. Why don't we call your dad, Hill? Jeremy Fuller, State Farm Insurance, can help with anything.
Well, usually can, but...
Great idea. He helped my grandma with her business insurance.
Yes, he does that, but not...
Yes, he even helped my mom with her boat insurance.
Yes, that's great, but he doesn't insure shipping.
There they are. I've been looking all over for those. The teachers are having a pool party after swim practice is done. And I think you're looking for these.
Thanks, Principal Snyder. Now we are ready.
And so are we.
Let's do this.
You have access to a reality-bending GVTC AR experience that will connect you to your school's athlete within the GVTC service area. Go to levelup.gvtc.com. Once there, touch Start Experience Now. Select either a Ranger, Charger.
Welcome back to the Ranger Relays at Smithson Valley High School. The girls 200-meter dash JV Heat 1. Just going. Sydney Prim from Brandeis. Ade Moody from Smithson Valley. Sophia Furman from Reagan. Furman from Reagan. Jazzy Tremblay from Reagan. Angela Huffman from Hayes. Ava Ernesto Rodriguez from Brandeis. And Jade Singh from Smithson Valley taking part in Heat 1. Here's Heat 2 about to get underway. 3 heats for this girls 200-meter dash. JV side of things. Hughes. And in lane 1 from Jade Brady, it's Buda Hayes. Lane 2 from Brandeis, it's Lauren Altman. Lane 3 from Braley Garcia, it's New Braunfels, or out of New Braunfels, it's Braley Garcia. Lane 4 from Smithson Valley, Mallory Vanderwhite. There's the gun, they're off. Lane 5 from New Braunfels has Kinsey Roberts. Lane 6 from Canyon has Raven Alceta. Lane 7 from Hayes has Sydney Guerrero. Those are competitors here as they make the turn on this 200-meter dash. Starting halfway across the track. Brandeis. Lauren Altman. Good time winning heat number 2 in this 200-meter dash. JV girls. Heat 3 is up next. Champion has the runners in the first 2 lanes. Audrey DeHart in lane 1. Emmy Lyons in lane 2. Canyon's Annabelle Dufresne in lane 3. Elena Pell from Canyon in lane 4. Jenna Schmidt from New Braunfels in lane 5. As the runners get set to take their mark. Before we move on to the 5 heats of the boys 200-meter dash. Emmy Lyons. Emmy Lyons is in this one. So gun about to go off here, lane heat 3. Audrey DeHart, Emmy Lyons, Annabelle Dufresne, Alina Pell, Jenna Schmidt among the competitors here in this heat. You see 7 taking part in this competition. It's straightaway competition down the stretch. New Braunfels trying to hold them off, but in the end, it's the 2 champion runners. Show well.
First call for the 1,600 meter run. First call, 1,600.
Boys JV 200 is now next. As mentioned here, 5 heats of the boys 200. Results here from the girls 300 meter hurdles JV. Finishing in the points, Caden Ramirez out of Canyon is 6th. Aaliyah Ramirez out of Champion is 5th. Alexander Wilson from Reagan is 4th. Alexa Hakeem Montemayor 3rd. Mia Villanueva from Canyon 2nd. And first place in the girls 300 meter hurdles JV from Hayes, Madeline Metcalf. Madeline running personal record of 47.92 to come away with first place in the 300 meter hurdles girls JV. In this first heat for the boys JV 200, lane 1 from Brandeis, you've got Landon Baker. Lane 2 from New Braunfels, it's Colton Butler. Lane 3 from Canyon, Stanley Sakat. Lane 4 from Reagan, Landon Johnston. Lane 5 also from Reagan, Ian Garza. A Reagan Rattler is also in lane 6 with Dylan Delaney. Lane 7 from Smithson Valley, it's Nicholas Henderson. Lane 8 is open. Starter's gun about to go up. Runners start to take their marks. And there's the gun. On the inside, you've got Landon Baker from Brandeis. Interesting straightaway from Reagan. Ian Garza there in the mix. And no one's catching Ian. Dylan Delaney, Landon Johnson sandwiched around him. And that's heat 1 of 5. Here in the boys 200 meter dash JV. We get set for heat 2 of the race. Let's take you through results from the boys 400 meter dash JV. In 6th from Reagan John Opara, Jacob Gonzalez from Simpson Valley finishing 5th. Saul Rubio from New Braunfels 4th. Kellen Pickney and Jackson Hendrickson both from Reagan finishing 3rd and 2nd respectively. Hendrickson 2nd. While Smithson Valley's Gavin Williams finishes 1st. Personal record of 52.86 in the 400 meter dash JV. Runner set. There's the gun. Harley Ramirez from New Braunfels in lane 1. Xavier Springsteen from Champion in lane 2. Julian Colunga from Smithson Valley in lane 3. Canyon's Damon Lucky in lane 4. New Braunfels at Landon Lally in lane 5. Smithson Valley's Maximo Solis in lane 6. Smithson Valley's Philip Smith in lane 7. Here we go down the stretch. New Braunfels, Landon Lally. Good race on his part, taking top spot in heat number 2. Heat 3 of 5 up next. Heat 1, or lane 1 of Heat 3, I should say, featuring Galen Kellner. Now, Gavin, one of 5 Rangers in this heat. As a matter of fact, the only young man who's in this competition who's not from Smithson Valley is Jonathan Adams from Brandeis. He's in lane 6. But the Rangers here are Nick Duran from lane 2, Waylon Lewanski in lane 3, Dylan McNett in lane 4, Joshua Villafranco in lane 5, along with the aforementioned Gavin Kellner in lane 1. And here they are, they're off. See a ton of white jerseys, along with Jonathan Adams. Next to Adams, it's Joshua Villafranco out to a lead, and Josh is going to hold on to win heat number 3 here in the boys 200-meter dash JV. Heat 4 coming up now includes
Second call for the
Jaden Parker from Hayes,
Second call, 1500.
Navalis Hanna from Champion, Tyrone Sharkey from Brandeis, Mason Camarillo from Smithson Valley, Dylan Caudell from Smithson Valley, and Brady Weimers from Canyon. Those are your 6 scheduled competitors in the 4th heat of this boys 200-meter dash JV. They're in position, grabbing their mark. There's the gun. Tyrone Sharkey from Brandeis out to the lead. He's pressed though on the outside by Canyon's Brady Weimers. Can Sharkey hold on? He does. Tyrone Sharkey out of lane 3, representing Brandeis, your top finisher in heat 4 here in the boys 200 JV. 5th and final heat up next. Lane 1 will be open here. Lane 2 taken by Will Burgess of Champion. Lane 3, Anthony Henderson from Hayes. Lane 4, Troy McGuire from Smithson Valley. Lane 5, Ryder Grip from Hayes. Lane 6 also has a Buda Hayes runner, Bradley Signs. Lane 7 and 8 are open. Following the gun, you got 1 scheduled runner not taking part, only 4 on the track. On the outside, Bradley Signs. Ryder Grip also scheduled from Hayes. And it's Hayes who comes away with the top spot in heat number 5. So varsity's up next. Varsity girls will go first. 3 heats here. In this first heat of the girls 200 varsity, from Brandeis, you got Faith Pons. From Smithson Valley, Aviana Miller in lane 2 next to Faith Pons. Lane 3, you've got India Stegall from Hayes. Lane 4, it's Reagan's Mackenzie DeGrossa. Lane 5, it's from Brandeis, London Graham, Lane 6 from Reagan, Nena Opara. Lane 7 from New Braunfels, Abigail Allen. That's the first of 3 heats here in the girls 200-meter dash varsity. Runners taking their marks. Gun is up. And here we go. The outside for Reagan, it's Nena Opara. Inside of her, though, for Brandeis, London Graham. Shooting out of a cannon. And Graham's got a lead she may not relinquish. Flanked by a couple of Reagan Rattlers, Mackenzie Jagrosa and Nena Opara. They'll finish second and third in the heat because London Graham for Brandeis easily winning the heat. First in the girls 200-meter dash varsity. Heat 2 here. Going to feature champions Juliana Cerrone. Smithson Valley's Annabelle Duncan in lane 2 next to Cerrone. Lane 3 has Reagan's Romina Reyes. Lane 4 from Brandeis, Nariah Clark. Lane 5 from Champion, it's Madison Minke. Lane 6 has Peyton Todd from Smithson Valley, And lane 7 has Isabel Burke from Hayes. The gun is up. Runners start to take their mark. They're set. There's the gun. Inside lanes, Reagan's Romina Reyes, an early push. We'll see where they fall here as we come down the final straightaway. And sure enough, Romina Reyes out in front, giving chase next to her is Brandeis' Nariah Clark, but Nariah not going to catch Romina Reyes. Topping Heat 2 in the girls 200-meter dash on the varsity level. Third and final heat of the varsity competition of the event is next. Lane 1 open for this final heat. Lane 2 taken by champions Kinsley Graff. Lane 3 for New Braunfels, it's Grayson Unruh. Lane 4 for Canyon, Ellie Huff. Lane 5 for Canyon, Carly Sturm. Carly also a member of the Cougarettes basketball team. Lane 6 for New Braunfels, Madison Montgomery. I believe Madison is also a member of the basketball team, but obviously for the Unicorns. She's in lane 6. So lanes 1, 7, and 8 are open. Runners in positions as that gun goes up. Of the names we mentioned, you see only 3 taking part. 2 of the scheduled runners not in this final heat. The inside, you see champions Kinsley Graff trying to make a push, but on the outside it's Canyon's Carly Sturm. Ellie Huff in lane 4, and I believe it's Ellie Huff who crosses the line first in that third and final heat of the girls varsity division of the 200-meter run. So the boys up next on a varsity side. 3 heats for them. Let's take you through who is in this first heat. Lane 1 taken by Bernie champions William Tolar. Lane 2, it's DeAndre Davis from New Braunfels. Lane 3, William Kalk from Reagan. Lane 4, Rayshawn Hurt, also from Reagan. Lane 5 is Jacob Gilbreth from New Braunfels. Lane 6, fellow Unicorn Edward Nyland, also from New Braunfels, as mentioned. Lane 7 is Jamari Bowie from Champion. So only lane 8 open in this first heat of the boys 200-meter dash varsity. Take you through results of races you've seen and other field events momentarily. The gun is up right now. Reiner's set. Good start on the outside for Edward Nyland from New Braunfels. Here comes the turn. Picking up steam on the inside. is Rayshawn Hurt from Reagan, but it's Edward Nyland, Jacob Gilbert from New Braunfels. Both out to good starts, and it's the Unicorns who come away with first place here in heat number 1. Heat 2, boys 400-meter dash. This another heat in which only lane 8 is empty. In lane 1, you've got Daniel De Hoyos from Smithson Valley. The Rangers also have the runners in lanes 2 and 3, Hudson Woods and Drayden Bonet. Lane 4 from Brandeis, Devin Moody, fantastic football player for him. Champion has Landon Heckman in lane 5. Lane 6, Roberto Clark for Brandeis. Lane 7, Reagan's Emir Galvan. And as mentioned, lane 8, unoccupied. Second of 3 heats, here in the boys 200-meter dash on the varsity level. Gun is up, runners taking their marks. They're set, and there's the gun. Good start on the inside for Hudson Woods out of Smithson Valley. As they turn the corner, though, it's champions Landon Heckman in a good spot. Being pushed, though, by Devin Moody. And we'll see if Moody can hang on. He's got a lead on Landon Heckman, and it's Devin Moody who wins the heat for the Brandeis Broncos. So we'll see where Devin lands once final times are put together. Put through 2 heats. Got a top finisher from New Braunfels and then Devin Moody clearing the field there in heat 2 with heat 3 to come. In this final heat of the boys 200-meter dash on the varsity level, you've got Malachi King out of Hayes in lane 1. Alejandro Estrada also from Hayes in lane 2. Canyon's Ryder Hopper is in lane 3. Hayes has Josiah Salazar in lane 4. Brandeis, Ziggy Thomas in lane 5. And then a couple of Canyon Cougars in lane 6 and 7. Moraine Flamont in lane 6. Luke Bell in 7. Lane 8 is open. The gun is up. Runner set. And we've got a momentary hold. Then we've had some movement once the runners were set to be in place. And so the reason for the pause. And so we'll get set to do it again. Gun is up, runner set. And this time we're good to go. Heat 3. Final heat in the boys 200-meter dash varsity. Good start on the outside. A couple of Canyon Cougars out there, Moraine Flamant and Luke Bell. Both of them, along with Ziggy Thomas from Brandeis, among your leaders, but it's the 2 Canyon Cougars fighting it out, and Luke Bell will finish with the top spot in this third and final heat. Last race of the boys 200-meter dash varsity, meaning that up next is the last individual competition of the day, 1,600-meter run. Girls JV will go first. Boys JV will follow. Girls varsity will go after that, with the boys varsity to follow. So the distance runners many of whom more than likely took part in the 3,200-meter run earlier today, now get back on the track, this time for the mile
Varsity
run.
boys 300-meter hurdles. In 6th place from Hayes, Kenny Villarreal. 5th place from Hayes, Ty Albright. 4th place from Reagan, Derek Davison. 3rd.
As the JV girls line up here for their turn in the girls' 1,600-meter run, let's take you through the 19 competitors in this mile run for the JV girls. From Reagan, Addison Jackson. From Canyon, Maria Fernanda Bernal. Out of Reagan, Paige Opaska. We've got Scarlett Dusek out of Canyon. Delilah Huntley from Brandeis. Scarlett Santana from Hayes. Caroline Walker from Brandeis. Alexis Sanchez from Hayes. A couple of New Braunfels unicorns in the mix as well, in Noelle Dreyer and Meredith McCall. From Beauty Hayes, you've got Alyssa Brady. Alexis Gillette from Canyon. Abigail Knuckles from New Braunfels. Lauren Stevenson from Brandeis. Ariana Stark from Reagan. Smithson Valley's Allison Scott. From Champion, Emma Ratke and Abigail Clark. And from Smithson Valley, Julian Parker, or Parker Julian. So those the 19 scheduled competitors here in the girls JV 1,600-meter run. The first of 4 1,600-meter relays as we near the conclusion of the Ranger relays. Runner set, the gun is up, and there we go, 4 laps around. Let's take you through some results from some of the events we've seen here on the Rangers Network. The girls 300-meter hurdles varsity. In 6th place for New Braunfels in that event was Emily Freha. In 5th from Reagan was Isabella Gaylord. In 4th from Smithson Valley was Mason Moody. 3rd from Smithson Valley, Erica Arsu Barrios. Morgan Schluter from Reagan finished 2nd, while another Rattler won the girls 300-meter hurdles varsity, Isabella DeGrossa, winning with a time of 41.95, so 41 seconds and 95 tenths for Isabella to win the girls 300-meter hurdles at the varsity level. Now, what that means among the 6 that I laid out is 1 point for 6th place, 2 points for 5th place, 4 points for 4th place, 6 points for 3rd place, 8 points for 2nd place, 10 points for 1st place. And those all add up in the end to award the team winners from this Ranger relay. Varsity boys, 300-meter hurdles, finishing with points for their teams. In 6 from Hayes, Kane Villarreal. In 5th from Hayes also, Ty Albright. In 4th from Reagan, Derek Davison. In 3rd, Smithson Valley's Charles Whalen. In 2nd, the lone Piper warrior in the meet, Cash Lancaster. And in 1st place, a sophomore from Brandeis, Kane Rodriguez, running a personal best, 40 seconds and 44 tenths, so 40.44, the official time for Kane Rodriguez in the 300-meter hurdles for Brandeis. Continuing with the results, the 200-meter dash, JV boys. 6 from Smithson Valley's Philip Smith. 5th from Bernie Champion, Xavier Springston. 4th from Hayes, Bradley Sines. 3rd from Reagan, Landon Johnston. 2nd from New Braunfels, Landon Lally. And 1st place in the boys 200-meter dash, JV from Reagan, Ian Garza. Ian running a personal record, 23 seconds and 5 tenths, so 23.05, the winning time for Ian Garza in the boys JV 200. Girls JV 200. In 6, Jazzy Tremblay from Reagan. In fifth, Ava Inesta Rodriguez from Brandeis. In fourth, Sydney Prim for Brandeis. In third, from Hayes, Angela Huffman. In second, from Reagan, Sophia Fremon. And first place, another Brandeis Bronco. The Broncos also had the fourth and fifth place finishers in this event. Lauren Oakman, a personal record 27.48 for the Broncos as she wins the girls JV 200. JV boys 200. Finishing in points, Philip Smith for Smithson Valley, 6th place. In 5th for Bernie Champion, or from Bernie Champion, Xavier Springston. In 4th from Hayes, Bradley Signs. 3rd from Reagan, Landon Johnston. 2nd from New Braunfels, Landon Lally. And first place in the boys 200-meter dash, the JV division, Ian Garza from Reagan, personal record 23.05. Bell lap, meaning the final lap of the 1600. Crowded field near the top of the race.
Campsites underneath the bleachers and the areas of your teams. Thank you.
Varsity girls 200-meter dash. In 6th from Hayes, India Stegall. In 5th from Reagan, Katie Burnett. 4th, Smithson Valley Ranger Aviana Miller. 3rd from Reagan, Mackenzie DeGrossa. 2nd from Reagan, Ninena Apara. And first place in the girls 200-meter dash varsity from Brandeis, London Graham. London collecting a personal record 24.36 to win the girls varsity 200 meters. We'll take you through the varsity boys 200-meter dash shortly after this girls 1,600-meter run JV ends, as we're coming up on the finish line. Reagan out in front. Hayes making a push. You got Rattlers among 3 of the top 4 finishers. A push there by Hayes, and she may have won it. Final push there for Hayes may have just given him the win in the girls' mile run for JV. And we see here the conclusion of the girls' JV 1,600-meter run. Boys 1,600 JV is next. Gorgeous day here at Ranger Stadium. Couldn't ask for better weather for track. A little bit of a breeze, but not too breezy. Sun's out, but not too hot. It's nice and cool, but nowhere near cold. What you envision here when you go to track meet here in the spring. Boys set to go. Lined up. Now the gun is up. And here we go. 22 participants in this boys mile run JV. Let's take you through who was scheduled to compete. For Reagan, Aiden Barnes. For Brandeis, Kian Piniella Jimenez. For New Braunfels, Talmadge Powell. From Reagan, Sam Frankel. For New Braunfels, Nathan Ortega. From Brandeis, Devin Malaish. From Smithson Valley, Sam Hall. From Brandeis, Alejandro Yamamoto. From Smithson Valley, Landon Chapa. From Canyon, Marcus Vaughns. For Reagan, Aiden Gedron. For New Braunfels, Winsley Cox. A couple of Canyon runners here in Daniel Soto and Enrique Tijerina Sanchez. The next three runners are from Champion, Luke Mitchell, Pierce Mitchell, and Noah Moreno. Smithson Valley's Christian Bazota in the mix as well as the runners get through lap 1 of 4. 3 Hayes runners here with Chase Shuda, Gavin Gallegos, and Roman Gonzalez. And then Smithson Valley's Brett Wallace among the 22 scheduled participants here in the 1,600-meter run boys JV. Taking you through results of the boys 200-meter dash varsity now. We've taken you through the 200-meter dash results from the girls JV, boys JV, girls varsity, boys varsity. Champions Landon Heckman finishing 6th to gain a point for the Chargers. Devin Moody from Brandeis, 5th. Jamari Bowie from Champion was 4th. Rayshawn Hurt from Reagan was 3rd. William Kalk from Reagan was 2nd. Jacob Galbraith earning 1st place for New Braunfels High School in the boys 200-meter dash varsity. Personal record 22.68 for Jacob to win the event. Through 2 laps, 2 more to go here on the boys JV side of things. As the boys wrap up the JV run of the mile, let's take you through results from the girls mile run on the JV side of things that was just completed. 6th is Abigail Knuckles from New Braunfels. 5th from Brandeis is Delilah Huntley. 4th from Reagan is Paige Opaska. 3rd from Reagan, Ariana Stark. 2nd also from Reagan, Addison Jackson. And the winner in the girls mile run JV from Buda Hayes, Scarlett Santana. Scarlett setting a personal record, 5 minutes, 48 seconds, and 64 tenths. Bell lap, boys JV mile run, meaning 4th and final lap.
5th place from Brandeis, Devin Moody.
Nice jam.
4th place from Brady Champion, Jamari Bowie.
Atop
3rd place from Reagan, Rayshawn Hurt.
the leaders of the
2nd place
race.
from Reagan, William Kalk.
So it looks like we're headed for a
1st
good
place
finish
from
there.
Brandeis, 22.68, Jacob Gilbert.
Making this final turn. It looks like there's 3 runners vying for that top spot.
First call for the 1,600-meter relay. First call, 1,600-meter relay.
And here's the final stretch, a good push down the stretch. And as a matter of fact, the leader who was running the corner overtaken. A couple of New Braunfels unicorns vying for the top spot. Winslet Cox, Nathan Ortega. The unicorns involved in this race on the JV side of things. And the final runners making that final turn to wrap up the boys' 1,600-meter run JV. Now, many of the runners you're seeing here in the mile also took part in the 2-mile run. In case you were not with us at the top of the broadcast, we told you about the winners in that 2-mile competition from all 4 classifications. The 2-mile, 3,200-meter run for the JV girls shaped out like this. Again, this the 2-mile. In 6th from Reagan was Claire Liddell. In 5th from New Braunfels, Mia Puerto. And then the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd place finishers all came from Canyon. 4th was Maria Fernanda Bernal. 3rd was Alexis Gillette. And 2nd was Scarlett Dusek. The winner in the 3,200-meter run was Abigail Knuckles out of New Braunfels. Set a personal record with 12 minutes, 34 tenths, and 94 tenths. 34 seconds and 94 tenths of a second. Now, Abigail, we just read her name moments ago. She was a top 6 finisher in the mile run as well. So good day for her. Top 6 in the mile after she won the 3,200-meter run on the girls' JV earlier in the day. First running events of the day, 9:30 this morning after they started the field events at 9 a.m., followed by the discus, kind of a staggered start so that the shot putters, like the mile and 2-mile runs, many of the shot putters competing in discus, so that they could stagger those times. They started the field events at shot put at 9, discus at 11:15. Well, similar, the 2-mile run at 9:30 this morning with the milers going now. So that's how the top 6 list of the JV girls in the 3,200-meter run shook out. We'll take you through the top 6 finishers of the boys' JV 2-mile run here in a moment. Right now we're set for the varsity girls in the mile run. There's the gun. In this race, again, varsity mile run, from champion we've got Kinley Albright. From New Braunfels, Savannah Moya and Ava Briley. From Brandeis, Violet Ostrowski. From champion Luciana Zuzure Ibera. From Canyon, Maddie Molinard and Aubrey Albrecht. From New Braunfels, Rebecca Zuniga. From Brandeis, Danelli Carillon. From champion, Brianna Hempton. From Brandeis, Ashlyn Shields. And then you've got a couple of Reagan Rattlers here with Brooke Ben and Rice Byers. 13 scheduled competitors here in the 1,600-meter run, girls varsity. To the results we go back. Boys JV 3,200-meter run. As mentioned, we went through the list of the girls 2-mile top 6 finishers moments ago. These the winners in terms of top 6 for the boys JV 3,200. In 6th, Noah Castanella from Brandeis. 5th from New Braunfels, Aiden Leon. 4th from Reagan, Sam Frankel. 3rd from New Braunfels, Noah Carestis. 2nd from Reagan, Aiden Gendron. And 1st place in the boys JV 2-mile run from New Braunfels, Noah Velasquez. A time of 10 minutes, 30 seconds, and 2 tenths. So 10:30:02, the winning time for Noah Velasquez. Here back in real time, the varsity girls in lap 2 of the 4-lap 1,600-meter run. New Braunfels here with a comfortable lead. Savannah Moya and Ava Briley, along with Rebecca Zuniga, the 3 unicorns in this competition. Champion in 2nd place. The Chargers in this competition include Kinley Albright, Brianna Hempton, and Luciana Suzuda Ivada. Most of the competitors through 2 laps here of the 1600. Gives us an opportunity here to take you through the top 6 finishers in the 2-mile varsity girls competition. And again, a lot of the names you're going to hear or you just heard taking part in this competition, because 6th place from New Braunfels in a 2-mile run varsity was Zamaya Fulmer. 5th place from champion Luciana Zazuta Ivada. 4th place from New Braunfels, Ava Briley. 3rd place from Reagan, Caitlin Foster. 2nd place from Canyon, Maddie Molinad. And the winner of the 2-mile run varsity competition from New Braunfels, Savannah Moya, with a personal record 11 minutes 19.83. And Savannah, it looks like, well ahead here as she comes up on her bell lap, the final lap in the mile run. You hear the bell, the last of 4 laps around the track. Savannah followed by a champion runner in the 2-mile run. Mentioned moments ago, Luciana Zadueta Ivada finished 5th in the 2-mile. And a great amount of distance right now between Savannah Moya and the rest of the field. As a matter of fact, as we come onto that final turn, Savannah really with no one else in sight as she makes that final turn. 11 minutes, 19 seconds, and 83 tenths is what her winning time was in a 2-mile. A personal best. Savannah, we'll see if she closes in on another personal best here in the mile. Either way, easily the winner in the girls' 1,600-meter run here at the Rangers Relays. We've got 2 top finishers across as the runners trickle in here to end the 1,600-meter run, girls varsity. The boys' mile run is next. And with that, let's take you through what the results were of the 2-mile run for the boys varsity this morning. In 6, gaining a point for the Rangers varsity boys team for Smithson Valley was Luke Smith. 5th place from champion is Luke Grammett-Bauer. 4th from Canyon, Aaron Mascaro. 3rd, also from Smithson Valley, was Braden Youngdahl. 2nd from Reagan, Samuel Ackerman. And winning the boys' 2-mile run varsity, a time of 10 minutes, 5 seconds, and 98 tenths from New Braunfels, Ethan Stutz. And Ethan, as you would imagine, one of the 19 young men set to compete here in the boys' varsity mile run. Excuse the cough. Runners lining up here for the varsity boys mile run. With the gun about to go off, let's take you through the boys JV 1,600-meter run, the results. That a race that happened just moments ago. Have the start of the race first here. There's the gun. underway with the varsity boys 1,600 meter run. As we get started with that competition, results from the boys mile JV. In 6th from Reagan, Aiden Gendron. 5th from Reagan, Aiden Barnes. 4th from Brandeis, Devin Malisic. 3rd from Brandeis, Kian Pinella Jimenez. 2nd from New Braunfels, Talmadge Powell. And 1st place in the boys 1,600 meter run on the JV side of things, a personal record, 4 minutes 46.49 for Nathan Ortega out of New Braunfels.
3rd place from New Braunfels, Rebecca Zuniga. 2nd place from Bernie Champion, Kinley Albright. And 1st place from New Braunfels with a time of 5 minutes and 9 seconds, Savannah Moya.
And results now officially in from the girls 1,600 meter run varsity. We saw it end just minutes ago. 6th place from champion Luciana Zadueta Ivada. 5th place from Brandeis, Violet Ostrowski. 4th place from New Braunfels, Ava Briley. 3rd place from New Braunfels, Rebecca Zuniga. 2nd place from champion, I should say, Kinley Albright. And 1st place, as mentioned, she set a personal record in the 2 mile today. Also sets a personal record in the mile, winning both events. Only a freshman. Savannah Moya from New Braunfels, personal record of 5 minutes, 9 seconds, and 73 tenths. So a time of 5:09.73 for Savannah Moya, taking home the mile and the 2 mile run varsity here at the Ranger Relays. Impressive outing for the New Braunfels Unicorn.
Reminder for coaches, at the conclusion of the track meet, please pick up your medals at the
back in real time.
in front of the stadium on the scoreboard.
This the boys mile run. We're wrapping up lane 2. Lap 2, excuse me. So through 2 laps, this is a competition that Ethan Stutz from New Braunfels, a senior. This is an event, I should say, that comes off the heels of Ethan Stutz winning the 2 mile. He's out of New Braunfels. Scheduled to take part
Final call, 1,600 meter relay.
in this race as well. Competitors in this race include from Brandeis, Hayden Scott. From Reagan, Luke Munoz. From Champion, Luis Tovad. From New Braunfels, Ethan Stutz, as mentioned. From Smithson Valley, Braden Youngdahl. From Reagan, Samuel Ackerman. From New Braunfels, Carson Pear. From Reagan, Bryce Williams. From Hayes, Mason Fitzsimmons. As you hear the bell, that's the final lap. Now the leader is crossed. Smithson Valley's Zabane Martin. From Champion, Sean Edwards. From Brandeis, Tristan Cardenas. From New Braunfels, Jesus Moya Ivada. From Champion, Caleb DeHart. From Canyon, Aaron Moscoro. From Brandeis, Vincent Liu. From Smithson Valley, Luke Smith. From Hayes, Matthew Castilla and Augustine Gancino Cox. Those, the list of competitors scheduled in this mile run. It's a mile run that's a runaway as we head down the final stretch. Well, as easy as victory will come, even in these distance races. Clearing the field, there's Samuel Ackerman for Reagan, finishing second. And the final competitors coming across the ends the final individual race of the last individual competition, because up next are the 4x400 meter relays. Every leg of the relay goes one full lap across. And as has been the case throughout the meet, JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, and varsity boys, all with opportunities in this event. JV girls start us off. As they line up, the lane assignments for this girls 4x4 meter relay JV. In lane 1, you've got Smithson Valley. Lane 2, you've got New Braunfels. Lane 3, you've got Reagan. Lane 4 is Champion. Lane 5 is Brandeis. Lane 6, Hayes. Canyon is in lane 7. Hurdle engineers getting us set for the start. Because it is only one time around and everybody has to go the one lap, or does go the one lap, the starting block staggered here. As we get it to wrap the 2024 Ranger Relays. Fantastic meet put on by Coach Bren Jones, the Smithson Valley head boys and girls track and field head coach. These meets take a lot of work, a lot of workers, a lot of folks coming out and making sure that everything goes smoothly. Coach Bren Jones and company doing a fantastic job. Good pace to the meet as well. Keeping it going. Very little issues, if any. Really can't think of any offhand. Aside from the usual, hey, let's hold up. You know, blocks aren't quite set quite yet and things of that nature. But otherwise, very, very clean meet. And a fantastic job by Coach Bren Jones and company all the way around. The block's down. Looks like the runners are getting set. For the JV girls 1,600 meter relay. Runners on their marks. Gun is up. There's the gun. First leg. As we get through this first leg of the 1,600 meter relay, let's take you through results of the boys 1,600 meter run of varsity. So this wraps up our results portions because we've taken you through the mile results from the JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls. Varsity boys shaking out like this. Ethan Stutz, who won the mile, finishes 6th in the 2 mile. Smithson Valley's Braden Youngdahl finishing 5th. Reagan Samuel Ackerman 4th. Champions Luis Tovar 3rd. Reagan's Luke Munoz 2nd. And the winner in the boys 1,600 meter run out of Brandeis is Hayden Scott, running the mile in 4 minutes, 22 seconds, and 40 tenths. 4:22.40 for Hayden Scott, clearing everybody by minimum 10 seconds. Luke Munoz, 4:32.50, the closest competitor.
Samuel Ackerman. Third place from Bernie Champion, Louis Tovar. Second place from Reagan.
Second leg here of the JV 4x400. Looks like Brandeis out to a good lead with the exchange for the third leg coming here soon. Reagan behind him. Hayes next. Champion right now in fourth. Smithson Valley in fifth. You've got Canyon and then New Braunfels right now in fifth and sixth respectively. Here's the third leg. Brandeis starting it out with the lead. Again, Reagan in pursuit behind him. Hayes still in third. Here, Brandeis coming across the final turn, so this is going to be the final leg. And right now, barring a bad handoff or a spectacular comeback, looks like Brandeis will cruise to victory. But these the moments, a big part of why you watch track. Sometimes the unexpected, as Reagan already closing the gap some before the exchange for the final leg. Brandeis Wall in front. Champion actually doing a nice job of catching Hayes. Hayes earlier in the race, a decent lead, and it looks like they're getting out to another, widening the gap again. Another decent lead. Brandeis still in control. A far straightaway. Meanwhile, Hayes making up some serious ground, going from close to fourth place to now in second. The Hayes runner motoring. She had more time. She might catch Brandeis, but she's running out of real estate here as the Broncos will cruise to a first place finish in the girls 4x400 meter relay on the JV side of things. Brandeis 1, Hayes 2, Reagan's finishing third, got Champion fourth, Canyon will finish fifth, Smithson Valley coming in sixth, and New Braunfels seventh. Boys 4x400 meter relay JV is next. So when we get those final times in the order in which we just laid out for you for the 4x400 meter relay JV, we'll pass those along. But right now the JV boys taking the track. Blocks already set. It's a matter of getting into the lanes and getting ready to go. So in lane 1 here for the boys JV, Smithson Valley. Lane 2 is Canyon. Lane 3 is Hayes. Lane 4, Brandeis. Lane 5, Champion. Lane 6 is Reagan. And then lane 7 is New Braunfels. Third to last race of the day, because up next is the girls 4x400 meter relay varsity. In terms of the schedule, only 6 teams, 6 of the 7 schools here, scheduled to take part in the mile relay on the varsity side of things for the girls. And then the boys concluded, all 7 teams scheduled to take part there. Got the gun up. 4x400 boys JV here. They're on their marks. There's the gun. So nearing completion of the final turn here on lap 1. Reagan pressed by New Braunfels there on the outside. Smithson Valley right now, 3rd place. There's the exchange. And it looks like Smithson Valley now out to a lead. So the Rangers in a good spot right now. New Braunfels looks like they're in 4th. Smithson Valley undoubtedly here in the lead. Looks like we've got champion second. New Braunfels now second. They were in 3rd. Reagan in 4th. Canyon 5th. Hayes 6th. Brandeis 7th. Third leg here. Smithson Valley still well in front. As we take you through this final leg, let's take you through the official results of the girls 4x400 meter relay JV. We talked about the orders. New Braunfels 7th, Smithson Valley 6th, Canyon 5th, Champion 4th, Reagan 3rd, Hayes 2nd, Brandeis in 1st. The team of Ava Ernesto Rodriguez, Sydney Prim, Leilana Little Rodriguez, and Janelle Ado combining to finish with a 4-minute 14.88 1600 meter relay, the mile relay. And that's how Brandeis finishes first in the 4x4. Final lap here of the boys JV 4x4. Smithson Valley still well in front. Only drama appears to be for second place. Crowded field there. Looks like it's Reagan, Canyon, and New Braunfels making a push for that second spot with Reagan being in 3rd. Champion looks like is in 2nd. Here's a push by Reagan. From 3rd, overtaking for the 2nd place spot as Smithson Valley clears and wins. Reagan 2nd, Champions 3rd, New Braunfels 4th, Canyon 5th, the hard-charging Brandeis is 6th, Hayes is 7th. So again, that's your final order. We'll get the official times. We'll pass them along here as soon as we get them. Varsity girls 4x400 is next. Lane 1 here is open. As we mentioned just moments ago, this an event, a race that only has 6 teams scheduled. So assuming that still holds, lanes 7 and 8 are open. So lanes 1, 7, 8 not occupied. Lane 2 is Champion. Lane 3 is Smithson Valley. Lane 4 is Reagan. Lane 5 Brandeis. Lane 6 New Braunfels. and having to do some adjusting here before the varsity girls track. Smithson Valley set to be in lane 3, as we mentioned. Right now, it looks like they're lining up in lane 2. Lane 3 is scheduled to be taken by New Braunfels. And as I look down, I do see Smithson Valley in lane 2. That is where they're supposed to be. No, scratch that. Smithson Valley is in lane 3. So right now, in real time on the track, they've been swapped over because it looks like Champion is in lane 2, whereas Champion, it was supposed to be in lane 6. And it looks like Brandeis is in lane 6. Champion is in lane 2, Smithson Valley in lane 3. So let's recap here. Lane 1 is open, lane 2 is Champion, lane 3 Smithson Valley, lane 4 is Reagan, lane 5 is Brandeis, lane 6 is New Braunfels, lane 7 and 8 are open. It looks like that's the way it's held. So we're in order. We're good to go as the race is underway. Brandeis, a good turn. And so the Broncos out to a good lead as they head to the first exchange. Brandeis, your leader, through that first lap. Smithson Valley in second. New Braunfels not far behind at third. Little bit of a gap before you get to Reagan at 4. And then you've got Champion at 5. And those are your 5 teams taking part in this 4x400 meter relay for the girls varsity. So that lead for Brandeis actually tightening a little bit. Reagan gaining some. The gap now between second and third is widened because Reagan's making a push. New Braunfels looks to be third. Smithson Valley's in second, I should say. Mistook them for Reagan, so Smithson Valley tightening the gap a little bit. Here we go, third leg. Brandeis 1, there's the handoff. Smithson Valley 2. There's their handoff. Now it's Reagan who's 3. They complete the third handoff. New Braunfels 4. And Champion now in 5th. So through this third leg, Brandeis maintaining that lead. Smithson Valley had cut into the gap on the second leg. As we make this final turn, though, it looks like Brandeis maintaining that little bit of a gap, although now the gap starts to close. Here comes Smithson Valley. This is going to be interesting down the stretch. What a fantastic third leg by the Rangers. This is doable once they make that 4th exchange. Look at that. That gap is not big at all. There's the 4th exchange. This is going to be a 2-team race. Brandeis and Smithson Valley. Reagan in 3rd. Champion in 4th. New Braunfels in 5th. Champion overtaking New Braunfels for the 4th spot. All handoffs complete now. And we've got Smithson Valley overtaking Brandeis. The Rangers now, before we even get to that final turn, in the lead. The question now remains, can they maintain that advantage? Would be an incredible, incredible rally for the Rangers. That gap by Brandeis was wide at the start of this 4x400 meter relay. for girls varsity. In the end, it's Smithson Valley who's got the gap. And the Rangers going to win the mile relay for the varsity girls division in their own meet. First place, Smithson Valley. What a comeback. Brandeis, who led for most of the way, finishes second. New Braunfels closing on third, but looks like Reagan's going to finish 3. Champion would be 5th. What a 4th leg of this event. Final race coming up, and as we do that, I'll check to see if results are in from the JV boys mile relay. Pass along those official times to you. Results from the boys JV mile relay: 7th Hayes, 6th Brandeis, 5th Canyon, 4th New Braunfels, 3rd Champion, 2nd Reagan, and then boys JV, Smithson Valley wins it. The team of Gavin Williams, Jacob Gonzalez, Aiden Barberina, and Sam Hall ran it in a time of 3 minutes, 39 and 15 tenths. Though 3:39.15 the winning time for Smithson Valley, winning the boys JV 4x400 meter relay. Lane assignments here for the final event of the day, the boys 1600 meter relay. Varsity. Lane 1 is taken by Hayes. Lane 2 at Smithson Valley. Lane 3, New Braunfels. Lane 4, Reagan. Lane 5 is Brandeis. Lane 6 is Champion. Lane 7 is Canyon. Lane 8 is open. We have the official times on the race we just witnessed, the fantastic rally for Smithson Valley in the 4x4 relay varsity girls. Will pass that along as soon as we get started here. Don't want to overlap and interrupt the start of this race and hear the gun going off and see the first leg get underway of the final race. The gun is up, so now the runner's taking their mark. Set and they're off. As we get through this first leg of the 4-leg 1600 meter relay varsity division, the final times here, or final order, and then we'll give you the final time for the winning time for Smithson Valley. Champion 5th, New Braunfels 4th, Reagan 3rd, Brandeis 2nd, and the Smithson Valley team of Isabella Sutherland, Lily Koenig, Mia Pettis, and Jasmine Singh win it with a time of 3 minutes, 54 seconds, and 8/4 So they beat Brandeis by 5 seconds after coming back and being down big through the first couple of legs. After leg 1, it's Canyon with the lead, but not by much. And shooting out of the gate there, Smithson Valley, starting leg number 2 with a burst. So the Rangers in a good spot. Pushed by Reagan, who started in lane 4. Here we go, final turn of leg 2. 1600 meter relay. Smithson Valley 1, Reagan 2, Canyon 3, New Braunfels 4, Champion 5, Buda Hayes, 6. Third exchange. Reagan in the lead. Smithson Valley not far behind. Canyon's third. New Braunfels fourth. Looks like Reagan's fifth. Buda Hayes, 6. So coming up on exchange 3, Reagan in the lead. Smithson Valley not far behind. Canyon, then New Braunfels. There's Champion. Champion is who's 5th. Hayes is 6. That Reagan lead widening a little now. Down the middle of the far away straightaway. Smithson Valley still in second. New Braunfels in 4th. Okay, near straightaway here. Reagan with a good lead as we approach the final handoff. Smithson Valley second. New Braunfels and Canyon battling for 3rd. Champion 5th. Hayes is 6. Final leg. Fantastic race, and that is how the Ranger relays come to an end. Fantastic event put on by Smithson Valley. Track season well underway. Hope you enjoyed the Rangers relays right here on the Rangers Network. It's an event, a meet that ends with Reagan coming away with the top spot in the final meets of the afternoon. And the results in for those Ranger relays. Brandeis not taking part in the 4x400 meter relay. Hayes coming in 6th, Champion coming in 5th, Canyon 4th, New Braunfels 3rd, Smithson Valley 2nd, and the team of Jay Esquivel, Max Modesto, Bryson Bjorkman, and Ryan Roseman for Reagan win the 1600 meter relay to conclude the meet with a time of 3 minutes 25.31. So Reagan, your winner in the 1600 meter relay varsity. So for the outstanding folks here at Wick Productions, we say thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching the Ranger relays right here on the Rangers Network. We'll see you next week, or see you next time, and have a great rest of your weekend.